Oh, no.
Promise.
There we go. Aha! Professionalism. Hello, everyone. We are the Lost Caravan RPG. We do one shots, we do mini campaigns, we meddle with the dark arts. If it's TTRPG, we pretty much do it all. Today, we are playing a game called Witch Fated Soul, just in time for the Kickstarter for the second edition of Witch Fated Soul to go out. Which I forgot to send that link to my mod department, but I will do that while I'm talking because I am multi-talented. I do have just a few. Wow, it's been a day. It was a holiday. A few announcements to go through before we get the stream started. First is that we do have two sponsors. We have HeroForge.com. It is where we go to make all of our cool tokens for all of our PCs and NPCs. But it's mainly where you can go to make super customized miniature models, which you can get sent straight to your door. They do have a Black Friday deal going on right now. You can use code LootDrop, and our link, which I'm going to post for you because mods are asleep, post cats. Here we go. You can use our link and the code LootDrop to get, I think it's like $5 off. And of course, as always, every time you use our link, it supports us, and we hack and love you for it. Our other sponsor is Epidemic Sound, as I go ahead and kick up that music. It's the site that we use to get all of our royalty-free sounds and sound effects. They have any mix, match, and genre of music you could ever want. I think this is like witch, soft rock, horror. I think it's crazy. But once again, you can use our link in chat to get 30 days free access to the entirety of their library. At the end of the 30 days, if you decide you don't want it, you don't need it, you can cancel. It doesn't cost you a penny. But if you decide to keep it and get a subscription, it does support us. And once again, we heck and love you for it. Real quick, coming up games, on 11/27, we have our game of Lancer, our robots in space. On the 28th, we have a game of Threadbare, which is going to be adorable because we are toys in a dance competition. On the 29th, we have our game of Through the Breach, which, if you like Witch Fated Soul, you would like Through the Breach. It's very gothic horror, fantasy, very cool. On the 30th, we have a game of Pathfinder, hosted by GeekJames513 on Twitter. On the 1st, we have a mini campaign of Lancer. When I pitched the idea, I described it as like Blade Runner in the Lancer universe. I am so excited for. We have like custom scavenging and mech building rules that I've been working on. It's gonna be awesome. And then on the 2nd, we have a game of Arc Doom, because we are just full of joy and happiness around here. We decided to pick a game that's all about the end of the world and what people do in their last moments as the end approaches. Yay! Alright, but that's enough out of me. I do want to pass it around to the lovely cast and crew that I have in front of me, going counterclockwise, because I'm a goblin of chaos. Give everyone a chance to tell you who they are, who they're playing, and their relationship with their demon. Which means that we are starting with Kit.
Hello, hello. I'm Kit. You can find me online places, mostly on Twitter at KitRollCause. And today I will be playing Carly Beckett. And her relationship with her demon is, well, more of the annoying little sister. Her demon is, he's there and he just kind of tries to make her life a little bit difficult, and it's fine. It's whatever. She's got other things to focus on. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, everything's fine.
It's fine. It's part of being a teenager.
Alright, and then that brings us over to Ling.
Excuse me, I'm Ling. She, her. I'm going to be playing Delphine Nini O'Brien, who's a sociate, which her demon is. Her family doesn't believe that they're demons. They're more like spirits of the afterlife, and we have a good relationship. We work with each other over 30 years. So my demon is more of like a grandfather slash annoying brother kind of a relationship there. And I met Need More Dice on Twitch, on Twitter, and on Hive.
That's pretty. That's pretty adorable. But then over to JD.
A little bit of mood whiplash there. So I am JD. You can find me at JD, not Jason Dean, on pretty much all socials at this point with the Twitter explosion. And today I am playing Elliot Kennedy, who often goes by Eli, who is the eldest member of our coven. And his relationship with his demon is actively antagonistic from both sides. So it is not a good one. It is definitely not like the one Nini has. And we'll find out, I'm sure, more about that relationship and why it is the way it is as we move into the story.
Absolutely. Very excited. It's I'll wait until we get through introductions. But Neptune, over to you.
Hello, my name is Neptune. I use he, him pronouns, as does my character Arcadia Evander. You can find me at Neptune_MIS on Twitter. And Arcadia, well, let's say his demon puts a lot more effort into their relationship than he does. His demon approached him out of the interesting way that Fate Souls work, perhaps. His had been inside him all along and was just trying to get it back, and Arcadia didn't really mind giving it back. So after that, who's to say, it's been kind of absent, really, for the time being. But a seer can never have their demon be too absent for long.
Yeah. I was just going to say that I very much appreciate that this game comes with like built-in antagonists, like custom tailored to every PC. It's very cool. And of course, I am Andrew, your games master for today and for most days around here, although you are going to see a bunch of friendly faces behind the GM seats in the coming weeks. We got a bunch of fantastic people in the Lost Caravan that want to tell a bunch of stories, and I'm here to support it. In fact, we just topped 200 people in our server recently. Craziness. So, let's change the stream can hear how intense players can. So, in the sleepy little town of Salem, a town racked through history with, depending on which side of history you stand on, either a plague of witches or a blessing of witches. In modern times, these ideas have mostly gone out the window. A lot of that due to the fact covens like yours that do their best to keep yourselves hidden and secrets and to keep the populace around you none the wiser. Now, Delphine believe that your headquarters, your coven sanctuary, does belong to your family, a magic shop. Would you give us a brief description of what that looks like?
Certainly. So the front is more of a, where you kind of picture for a typical magic shop. You might be able to see a little bit behind me. We cater to tourists. We have little bits of things that may or may not work. In the back is the house that is attached to the shop, and that is where the real stuff happens. And she inherited it from her grandmother, who was a pretty high-ranking witch, although she is not.
Absolutely. And one by one, you all have congregated here, being the witches or warlocks that you are, tied to your demons, you know that for as powerful as you might be, you're also hunted. Your time is limited in this world. So why not stick together and keep each other safe? Delphine, as you are manning the counter, opening the store, seeing the first rays of sunshine just gliding through the windows, reflecting off of all the little glass trinkets you have out on display. Would you give us a description of what you look like?
Sure. I am about 5'6". I have a big mop of curly brown hair, a little bit tan with honey-colored eyes. I have a pretty friendly, kind of sleepy face, and then generally in a good mood.
You can't just make PCs that are so adorable that I refuse to kill them. That's just not fair.
Well, she's not haunted. She and her demon have they're pretty good friends. At least she
Oh.
thinks.
Well, we bring us over to Elliot. Would you say that you either would be arriving to the store first thing in the morning, or are you more of a slow start?
I think for Elliot, I think it's not so much that he's a slow start to the day. He does take his time in the morning. I think he's also a very early riser, so it would make sense that he would be the first one to make it to the store and to meet up with Delphine. He definitely takes his time in the morning. He is very regimented, so he always goes for his morning run, has his cup of coffee, spends some time with his animal familiar Nova. And then gets on to the business of his day. And if this business is joining the coven, he would be easily the first person there.
Yeah. You have all, of course, either received the summons or, been part of the discussion beforehand that your seer companion seen that something was happening. Doesn't necessarily seem bad, but on this day, this early in the morning, you've all been asked to gather. As you do approach the shop, would you be so kind as to make the very first roll of the game and roll your
Oh boy.
2d10 plus your perception plus your wits?
Okay.
This is a 2d10
Alright.
system for anyone watching.
So that is going to be a 12.
A 12. So that is a music. It changed. Now it's so chipper and bright. We can't have that.
13 is what you need for a regular success. But you could succeed at cost.
I could. You know what? Let's do that. I will succeed at cost if I am allowed. Which would be a -4 to my next roll, right?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Okay.
You make your way down the street, seeing the paper boys, seeing delivery trucks, seeing the early morning risers like yourselves. Sorry, did you say that your little companion is following alongside you?
I think he is. So yes, it definitely looks strange because for a number of reasons. Least of all, what my animal familiar is, but Eli is also very impeccably dressed. So here is this, 5'11", like fit man in at least a button down, if not a full suit, with prematurely silver hair, walking down the street, and in his hand is a leash. But what is at the end of the leash is a capybara.
just amazing. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure this isn't the first time the people of Salem have seen you walking down the street with your capybara. For the most part, you get smiles and, waves, with the occasional person, waving down at your little companion. But there's just something that feels a little off today. It feels stranger and more powerful the closer you get to your Coven home, your base of operations. So you're ready to pull open the door, stop, over across your street, and see where there was kind of just a rundown shop beforehand, the owners having passed away years ago, and it, left to ruin. Now it looks like it's been cleaned up. Not much. There's still cobwebs. There's still weeds just lining the sidewalk out front. But there's moving boxes, doors propped open, and it looks like someone's taking over.
I would like to go over to the shop and see if there might be anyone there who I could introduce myself to.
Sure. Carly, as you, in this early hour, I guess I should ask you, is Carly a morning person? Or is this a little too early?
Carly is a morning person in the fact that she has a computer science class at 8 o'clock in the morning, so she kind of has to be a morning person. She doesn't really want to be, but the degree requires it. So she's up at like 7 o'clock, easy. She's got to get her coffee first. So that kind of carries over onto like days that she doesn't have class as well, because like otherwise she's going to ruin her sleep schedule and it's going to be a mess, and she's going to end up being late. It's not going to be great. So
yeah,
by force of habit, yes.
Well, as you are sipping on your coffee, heading towards your safe house, you see one of your friends, one of your coven mates, capybara in tow, get up to the door of the magic shop, turn, and then Elliot starts crossing the street away from the coven.
Can I like run up and catch up to him?
Absolutely. I don't think
Absolutely.
Elliot's in any hurry.
Be like,
No.
yo, Eli, what's up? Hey girl, what's up?
Morning, Carly.
Hey, where you going?
Carly, we've talked about this. We've talked about why do you still insist on calling me girl?
If it makes you
I'm-
uncomfortable, I'll
I'm
stop.
a 40.
It's girl. Girl is a
I'm
gender
just-
neutral term unless it bothers you, in which case I'll stop. I've told you this.
It doesn't bother me, but I am a 40-year-old man.
Yeah, but you're one of the girls. You're part of the coven. You're my girl.
It's a compliment, if
I'll
anything.
Carly,
It is. It's a compliment to be one of the
let-
girls.
Which I appreciate. I'm less concerned about that. I'm more thinking let's maybe keep our voice down a bit when we're
Okay,
talking about
fine.
business.
Sure. Business. Is it a business day? Is it like a business day?
I meant, and he just kind of nods back to Nini's shop and says, "That business."
I know what kind of business. I just because we all heard to like show up today, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's like I know
We
it's that
did.
kind of business, but like have you heard like what kind of like specifics?
I have not. I have not heard anything more than you have at this point.
This is so annoying. At
But
least
Carly, we have
should
some
like
new
kneel down
neighbors.
and like pat the capybara. Does the capybara like pets?
Yes,
Excellent. I'll
the
just kneel down. and
capybara
pat the
does like pets.
Okay, well, fine. It's like, if I have to be up at the butt crack of dawn, at least I get to hang out with this little guy. Are you going in?
And
You
I
look
feel
like
like
you're
it's
headed away.
and Eli kind of pauses and then nods across the street and says, "Well, I noticed we had some new neighbors. I thought it might be good to introduce myself."
Hmm. Yeah, that'll be fun. Let's go. Just invites herself along. 100%.
Yeah, sure. I'll come.
And Eli just is kind of resigned and is just like, "All right, yeah, let's go."
Bet.
All right. The two of you cross the street and appear in the open door, what used to be a bakery. Now, long since abandoned. Shelves inside have already been removed. Everything has kind of been either trashed or possibly in the back room just to clean up. But now there's small cloth couches, small end tables. You can see very fine, like, tea sets that have been set up. You even smell a little bit of smoke from a small fire going somewhere deeper in the building. There's knickknacks that have been laid out, all old. Everything still seems dusty, even despite what little cleaning they've done. Doesn't seem like there's anyone around at the moment.
I think Eli will just kind of like knock on the door frame just to see if that does get anyone's attention. But if that doesn't, he's certainly not going to walk in trying to find someone in a place that does not belong to him.
Yeah. Knock on the frame. Kind of echoes out as most of this building is still pretty empty. No response.
Carly's gonna try to like peek in a window.
Everything's still a little bit dusty. They've done the barest bit of cleaning. You have to step through the woods to even get up to the window to peer, step through the weeds, even get up to peer in. But looks very much similar, as if whoever this is was setting up kind of a tea shop of sorts.
Looks kind of cute in there. I think it'll be cute once they figure it out. You know?
Carly, would you make the second roll
I
of the
think
game?
that's possible.
And
Oh,
also give
oh.
me a... Let's go with a perception... Perception survival.
Okay. Let's see. And that's 2D
2d10.
2D10. That is a 66.
So just 2 d10s and then add them together.
Oh, 2 6s, then 12. Then
12 plus nothing.
oh, I get a +1 for perception. 13.
13, that's a success. You barely see it. It's even just as you start to turn back away for this conversation, you catch just the slightest sight of feathers, jet black, that just kind of start shifting their way down and crouch down to get a look, but you do see a pair of black ravens sitting there at the top of one of the rooms who are actively staring back down at you.
I give him a little like hello.
You could
There's like birds in there. They have birds. That's cool.
A tea shop and birds. What type of birds, Carly?
Black ones. Like ravens or crows or something. I don't think. Can you
Alright, so
domesticate
something-
those? I mean, you can domesticate a capybara, so I guess. You know, whatever.
Yeah, certainly stranger things have happened.
Oh, defo, 100%. They're probably still getting settled. Maybe they're busy or like out or something. Maybe they went to go get coffee. I don't know. It's like that time.
That's true. I suppose we can always check back later.
I mean, we can get like the rest of like the squad together and come over and say hi if we want to. That might look weird, but you know.
All right.
Yeah. I don't want to be late though. We should like probably. Right?
We should, yes.
Bet.
We will
I agree.
jump over to Arcadia, having been the one that had visions of something. Just a force that was supposed to be present today. Not positive, not negative. Just today was going to be interesting. Would you have drawn a card this morning?
I just did, actually.
Oh.
So before him is an upside down ship, which represents overcoming an obstacle. Motion, journey.
Very, very apt. The feeling that you're all getting today. Would you say that you are an early riser?
I think he's both a morning bird and night bird, and there's not a lot of time in between those that he's actually sleeping. I think, though, he's very rattled, and I think he would be pretty frantic to do something about this vision or to understand it, and so he would be kind of rushing out, to address this.
You'd arrive at the shop, finding two of your companions, Harley and Elliot, crossing the streets back towards the Coven, and see Delphine through the window of the magic shop, who's, I'm sure, just been watching the two of you cross the streets, stare at this shop, and then come back.
Yeah, Arcadia just kind of has his head on a swivel. He sees all this. He's just kind of shuffling very quickly, hands in his big jacket, over to the shop. Don't go in the back door. You can just go in the front door. Just go in the front door. Skittering over.
One by one, your coven mates step into your lovely, warmed magic shop, with the morning air being a chilly 30-ish degrees Fahrenheit, which is just a little below freezing, uses normal temperature measurements. But yeah.
Hey, Arcadia. Hey, girl. Hey, Eli. Oh, hey, Nova. Nova. So yeah, there's coffee in the back, but I have some apples for you. Just squitch.
And Nova loves the attention. And in fact, Eli probably leaves Nova with Nini and, goes to grab some coffee.
Of course.
Do you think that Nova would like a flying broom or something?
I mean,
Are you asking if Nova would like to ride a flying broom?
I'd pay to see a capybara riding on a flying broom, yeah.
what if we made Nova a little teeny tiny, carpet square?
Well, someone must have made that already. I just have to find it. I'm just asking, do you
Yeah.
think they would enjoy it?
We're gonna have to get her a helmet. You gotta be safe. We
Do
cannot.
they
put a
make
capybara over-
capybara-sized helmets?
They better.
Yeah.
They make capybara-sized
Even
bro-
goggles.
Better make capybara-sized helmets. Oh my god.
Have you seen dogs riding in the back of a
Thank you.
motorcycle?
Wait. Okay, there are other things we actually need to address.
You can't cute
Don't
your
let
way
me
out of
get
the
my-
horrors of this game.
Don't let me get myself off track right now. Arcadia, which I don't think I've described what he looks like
No.
yet. He like very average height, blonde hair, tan skin, always has a baseball cap on, big hoodie. Looks like for a moment that he has like a tattoo like of a lizard on his back, and then actually he has one on his hand. And then he has one on his other hand. That's and then they're not there, and then they're on. But yeah, he just kind of shuffles towards the back. With shuffling cards in his hand.
Actually, would you like to make a perception? Let's go perception wits roll for Arcadia.
Perception wits. All right. Let's see. For me, perception plus wits, that's gonna be all right. +4. +4. That's gonna be 10 plus 8 plus 4 is a 22.
Yep.
I also, if it matters, I have like gauze abilities as well, and sight, searing. So,
Well, this is mostly just as you all are stepping in and taking off your coats, and everyone is starting to get comfortable. Just catch out of the corner of your eye, staring across the street, a woman. Just not quite standing in the doorway, but deeper into the building. One of the ravens on her shoulder. Just got her hands just kind of folded in front of her. She's just watching you.
may I, so I have really good sense, and I can use it to identify a supernatural creature or occurrence. Would you let me roll that right now?
Absolutely.
All right, so that's going to be my perception plus sense, which is going to be 3 plus 3, so +6. You watch like Arcadia, his head it goes in like it's like there, and then it's in a different direction 1 second. He's not. It's so obvious. So that's going to be 15 plus 6 is 21.
Yeah, absolutely. For as human as this figure might look, there is just too much that you're sensing about them for them to be anything that resembles mortal. It's hard to pin down exactly what they are, but they don't seem aggressive or they don't seem like they want to hurt you.
So, that person right there, that woman with the raven, that's. Oh. Well, first of all, I know there's something was supposed to be here, happen today thing. So, I'm seeing that person, that's not normal. That might be related.
Okay.
I mean, they're new. They're moving in, right?
They're moving. You've met them?
They're starting a tea shop.
Oh,
Well,
No,
no,
I saw
we,
your
we
bird.
just saw. Yeah.
There's like moving trucks and stuff.
is that bird might be like your capybara, maybe.
Oh,
You think we have more witches?
that could make
I
sense.
figured out something before.
think that-
Wow. Yeah.
Girl. Girl.
Should I pull a card for? Do we want to go out and talk to them?
We tried, but they weren't there. But like now that they're
Well,
there,
now they're there.
now that they're there, I
Mm.
mean,
We could. I mean, Arcadia, maybe we should first talk about what you saw.
for sure.
It's
Good vibe, bad vibe.
neither the most vibe ever. Just
Just vibe.
it's like I guess it's like right before something happens, but it could be a surprise birthday party or an earthquake. You know? Like that sense of anticipation. So I don't know what it's leading to, but something. There was a force that was going to be here today. And the fact that now we're all together, and I'm looking out and seeing someone. I don't know. Actually, I do. I think it's connected. Yeah. We
Are
could
they
just
still
invite
looking
in.
in the shop?
I mean,
Are we just like staring at each other?
yeah.
Basically.
I mean, we could just I don't just. I could just go out and say hi.
I have
Actually,
an idea. Hey Carly, you're the potions person. What is like a happy, good, like welcome kind of like lavender or like
I don't.
hang
What
on. I had a book around here
for
somewhere.
for happy?
Oh, yeah, like
Like what
put
do
a
you
little
like?
gift
What do you want?
basket
Happy,
together.
happy isn't like a verb. Like what do you want? Like what do you want it to do? Like do you want to do you want to be like cute and charismatic and do you want them to like you? Like that?
Yeah. Hey Eli, what kind of like corporate
Or like
gift basket stuff?
or like I can do love, but that's like that seems
No,
excessive.
not like a real
Could we
thing.
just
Just
give them
like
like a daisy?
a what?
Daisy?
I mean,
I don't have any daisies.
There's all those weeds out there.
I feel like we could just let's maybe not start with the weeds. Let's maybe start with a few products from your shop, Nini. The types of things that
eShop. Okay.
we'll say
Candles, hand lotion,
So aloe
incense.
as a gift is meant to represent wishing someone protection and luck.
I'm sorry, what was that? What was?
Aloe.
Aloe? Oh, hey, perfect. I got some aloe hand lotion.
So you're just gonna.
We're just gonna wait. We're gonna walk over to the new guys.
You're
and we're
gonna walk
give
over
them
and
some
and
hand
say hi,
lotion
right?
And say welcome
A
to the
gift.
kitchen.
Not just like, hey, here's some hand lotion, like a gift
Oh.
basket.
Kinda
It's a shop.
yeah,
It's just a
like,
gift
yes.
When you
basket.
get
gotta like
food at a food court, they're like, here's a free sample.
you gotta
It's a similar idea. Just
Well, that's what
just
I'm-
bear with me. And I go around the shop and I pull like a cute little gift basket together.
Are we trying to be cute or are we trying
And
to
Eli
like
helps.
We're trying to welcome them to the
Can we just
neighborhood.
deal with it? Can we do something?
That's what we're doing.
But,
We're doing. We're just
but,
good
like, in the-
impression. They are my neighbors. So
Yeah.
you
Okay,
know.
so like not like the witchy way.
No.
Like the
But
regular
if
way.
yeah.
Yes,
Like a normal
And you-
human.
the regular way.
Like the
like a
regular human
human.
way. Okay. We can do that.
You know what? Why don't I go with Carly? Why don't we
Yeah.
say it's like a big brother, little sister type program,
what?
and
You're making this too complicated.
I
That
grab a
person's
card
not.
that has like
Oh,
a black
do
cat
it.
on it and I
That
say welcome to
person
the
is not-
neighborhood.
We know for a fact that person is not a human, so you can just know that.
But they don't know that we know
but
that
they don't.
they're not.
Why don't we
Maybe
just like
they do, but that doesn't mean we put it out into the room.
all we have
can
to
start.
say is that we
we can
all
start with
vaguely
subtlety.
work at the shop. And that hey, the shop wants to welcome the other shop into the shop
Yeah.
street. It doesn't
Sounds
have to be
great.
difficult.
Friendly
not be
neighborhood
anything.
stuff.
Yes, that makes sense.
I mean, I've been telling my parents that I'm interning here, so like I don't know.
Good to know. Here you go. So I hand the
I was
little
gonna say-
gift basket over to Eli. Please say hi from me.
And I will say,
gonna
as
hang out
Eli,
there.
of course. I will just make a note that when Carly mentions her parents, you see just the trace of anger cross Eli's face, and it does remind you all that you had never seen Eli angry until he found out about how Carly became fated. And every time her parents come up, he looks, you can see the echo of it there. But he takes the gift basket and looks at Carly and says, let's go.
Bet. All right. I still think we should have done cookies, but you know. Next time.
Elliot,
Cookies is next.
you
Takes
take
too
the
long to bake.
basket.
Each of you little amulet, just put it in your pocket. There you go.
Elliot, you start heading towards the door, basket in hand. You feel that cold wisp, like a draft of air just hits you, but only you. And it just washes over you until you hear the voice in your ear. Are you sure that's a good idea?
Are you offering me suggestions?
Of course not. I just like to say, I told you so when this goes horribly wrong.
We're bringing a gift basket over. I'm not quite sure how this could go catastrophically wrong.
What are you bringing a gift basket to?
You know, if you actually wanted to be helpful, you could give me the answer to that question. But we both know you won't.
If I gave you all the answers, you'd never actually learn anything.
You've never once given me an answer. You've only steered me in terrible directions. So forgive me if I don't take your advice this time.
Strongest blades are forged in the hottest fires.
Yes, let's not mention fire today. Let's not mention blades today. Let's just have as pleasant a day as we can have.
As you wish. Cold air would recede. Who's all going? Everybody except for...
Nini and I are staying
Okay.
back in the magic shop.
Okay.
2 and 2.
Yeah.
No, they say that you should always split the party.
All
We're
just
all
across the
We had
street.
to do that.
especially in the first hour.
Day one. Gotta
Okay.
get it.
We're literally walking across the street. I don't think that counts as splitting the party. Let's not be
Sure.
dramatic.
Are you sure?
Listen, please. We just gotta get to it.
All right.
We're watching though.
Yeah. 2 of you cross the street. The typically empty street this time of morning just has a handful of passerbys, people out to shovel the very small amount of snow. People setting up their stores for the day. Couples going out on their nice morning walk, enjoying the cool air. But ahead of you, you see what's the beginnings of a very fine, a very petite shop. The weeding, the gardening could use a bit of help, but it doesn't look bad. There's small flowers that are starting to bloom. The windows, I seem to have got 2 of them. They're nice and clean and clear, giving you a great view into the shop where there's multiple tables, multiple couches, little clocks set up along the walls, little hanging knickknacks, wind chimes. If they were going for a very old-fashioned witch aesthetic, they'd be nailing it. But as the 2 of you get up to the door, it does just open for you. as the music cuts out perfectly. From inside, you hear a voice call out to you. Do come in. Please, don't stand in the cold.
And Eli would gesture for Carly to go in first.
Oh yeah, bet definitely, 100%. This is
Carly,
cute.
I need you to. No, I'm kidding.
Dex save.
Death saving throw. Uh, yeah, it's warm from the very little bit of smoke that you can smell. It doesn't seem like there's this roaring fire, and yet this place is warm and comforting. There's even just this soft lullaby that seems to permeate through this place.
Oh, this
See,
is very chill.
a woman steps out from behind the counter, bird kind of shooing off of her shoulder to go land on some perch. She's older, probably looks like early 50s. Very much graying hair mixed in with what at one point was probably a jet black. She has scars and calluses along her hands that show that she worked with her hands probably most, if not all, of her life. Very plain beige and red apron. Just steps out holding a nice steaming teapot on a tray with a few cups. Well, hello. It's a pleasure to meet you. I noticed store from across the way, and you all seem very interested.
Well, it has been a while since the store was last occupied, and we were interested to see our new neighbors.
Oh, of course. My name is Avaline Hollowbow.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Elliot Kennedy.
Go to a table and just start setting down the teacups. Looking over at Carly as if expectantly.
Kit,
Oh,
I
I
think
think
you
you're
were
muted.
muted again.
Oh no, am I back? Am I back?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah, if they're introducing each other, she'll just be like, "Yeah, I'm Carly." Hi." Did you guys like just move to town or just like open the shop? Like, this is really cute.
I just arrived here not too long ago.
Oh, cool. Well, welcome. I mean, we're from like over at that other shop. It's awesome to have this shop
Yes.
occupied again.
Please.
You guys do like tea and that stuff?
Yes. Please have a seat. Would love for you to try some.
Just gonna like look at Eli like, eh? Eh?
It might not be tea.
Would be specialty.
Wouldn't be the first time I made or drank specialty. It's fine. Carly's gonna sit down.
I was going to say, could I do like a perception survival roll to try and assess this situation?
Absolutely.
So let's see how this goes. That is going to be a 15.
Beautiful. It is a very...
And that is with the -4.
You rolled very good. Yeah, I mean, it's a very floral smelling tea. There's a small, a mixture of a few different things. The most prominent being this smell of lily.
Is lily something humans should consume?
I know it's not something cats should eat, but
Yes.
It's
um,
it.
Google.
I mean, it's more fragrance than anything. Um, you don't get any sense that what you're smelling is poison. If it does seem a bit odd.
True lilies are edible, but like
There you go.
weird lilies are not, I guess. That's what it's telling me. It says true lilies. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
So maybe we're fine.
I didn't do
Maybe
a
we're
whole
fine.
bunch of herbology research before this.
And so I think, with that, Eli is going to take a seat and I think, ask as, like, gesture towards the teapot and ask, oh, what is this blend?
As she's pouring them, she'd kind of go back to the counter, pull out small jars of various dried herbs and flowers. It is just a sign of happiness and prosperity to mark this new journey in my life. But please, I would like to know more about you. But, what exactly is that quaint little shop across the street?
Carly will like sit down and like take her jacket off and like make herself at home for sure, for sure. It's like, oh, it's kind of like a touristy place, like one of those like the kind of like witchy shops that like it's mostly for tourists, but like it's got some cool stuff. I think it's really neat. The vibes are excellent over there. You should like stop by.
Great. Would
We
love
do like
to.
a little bit of like tea, but not really like the blends and stuff. It's more like the individual, a business.
Let's
right?
suppose that there is any reason to keep up any guys. You all have your abilities, your ties to your demons.
My what?
She'd just smile, call down the pair of ravens just with a soft whistle. They would both fly down, landing on her shoulders, and just letting this almost cloak of feathers just trail down her back. Only for a moment before they take back off up into the air.
Oh my god, they are so cute.
They are useful, yes.
Well, you seem to have us at a disadvantage. You seem to know a lot about us, and we know very little about you.
And I suppose we will have to change that.
I would certainly like that.
Good. I am still getting everything set and ready, but you and your friends would like to come back safe for lunch. I would love to sit and have a proper discussion. Did either of you actually drink your teas?
I think Carly's been a little bit too distracted at this point by everything she's saying.
Yeah, I feel like Eli was about to, and then she made that comment about their demons and was just like, gonna put that back down.
100%. For sure, for sure.
She just let out a little laugh. And know what you must be thinking. And I understand. Take no offense. People in our places must be careful. She'd pour her own cup of tea and would be constantly sipping on. Is there any sign of goodwill that I can do to maybe put your minds at ease?
I think a sign that would put me at ease would be knowing a bit more as to how you fit within the, shall we say, supernatural community.
Would
She's just
you,
gonna like sip her tea, just like.
would you roll? We'll call this. How does manipulation empathy sound? Unless
That
you're
sounds
trying to
absolutely
be,
wonderful.
unless you're like trying to mean mug and intimidate.
No, I think manipulation empathy is exactly this. And that is going to be a 14.
A success. She'd just kind of set her teacup down, the clink of the glass as she sets it on the small round table next to her. I am a watcher. Some have called me a window to that which we would all like to see but can't. Here to observe, make notes, and then leave. I will not be here long.
And Eli's going to kind of look around the shop and say, this seems like a lot of work to put in to not be here long.
Take pride in my work. But
So if you're,
go on.
I mean, if you're like watching, like who are you watching for? Like, are you like, is there somebody that you've got to like report back to, or is this just like for funsies? It's just like a hobby. I don't know.
Why don't we have lunch? Sit, talk together. We'd love to answer your questions.
And I think Eli is going to exchange a look with Carly and then say, I can't speak for the others. They will have to make their own decision, but I am
for sure.
willing to return.
Yeah, I
Thanks.
mean, we can have a chat.
You will be more than welcome. She'll get up, kind of brush herself off a little, straighten the apron, gesture towards the door, which does open again as you glance at it.
Carly will like lean into whisper to Eli and be like, that is a cool trick. Like, that is a sick trick. Do you know that one?
She reaches
Like-
into her pocket, pulls out a little clicker, hits the button, and the door starts to close.
They had me in the first app.
Hits it again, and it starts to open.
She's just like, all right, okay, all right, well played. Well played. It's accessibility at its finest. We love to see it.
Sometimes it's just. Sometimes
Sometimes
it is what it
tell me.
appears to be.
Ain't that the way of it, huh?
If the two of you are set to leave, we'll jump back across the street, back to Arcadia and Delphine. Two of you watching this interaction, seeing them sit, seeing tea poured for them, seem to be engrossed in conversation, at least for a little bit, before your companions do get up and are ushered out of the building.
They're not dead.
Oh, okay, that's a good sign.
Yeah, they were just like talking. I mean, I guess it was
you-
neutral. I felt like
Gee.
kind of neutral, so.
I mean, I wonder if the birds are going to be in there. It seems like a health and safety violation.
Well, if they're magical birds, I mean,
Anyway,
I
you're
don't
right,
know
they're
if
not
there are
dead.
guidelines about magical birds in the health and safety codes.
True.
Not so much.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think so. Yeah. Alright. I can sit here and wait. I can. They're coming towards us. They're like 1, 2, okay. Yep. Almost
Okay.
there. Yep.
While you are shuffling your deck, just that absent-minded, toying with the cards, letting them just spill out into your hand. Would you pull the card for me? Just slowly, just lazily kind of fall out of your grasp and slide to the table.
I have pulled an upside down moon, which relates to dreams and the release of worries or the melancholy of life.
Lie down.
It is from the GM. Your card pulling has been very on point today.
I suppose it must be fate.
All
That's
right.
it. Roll credits. We did it, guys.
Go home.
Thank you.
But yeah, your companions do make it back to you unharmed. Either that or, they're magical clones and here to assassinate you, one or the other.
Oh my god, do you
They
think
like
they're
the gift
magical clones
basket.
here to assassinate us? Sorry, what were you gonna say, Nini?
Just asking if they like the gift basket.
Yes, I think she did.
Carly,
We've got
vibe check.
some.
Who, what?
Well, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
Remember when we met, Arcadia? And you just like knew
We don't need to go over that.
we don't need to no, but like in general, we don't need to talk about the specifics, but like in general, you like know stuff, right?
Oh,
Same vibes. I think it's different. But like
I would say it's different. I would
Yeah.
definitely say it's different.
she knew about
she knew stuff about you guys?
Keith.
Who the fuck is Keith again?
Did she know Keith's name?
No, not by name, but like she knew that like we had, packs and shit.
Oh,
That's
so
to
you think she's
Eli,
another-
like-
Yeah,
another-
right? Yeah, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
Well, like, so you think she's another one of us?
I don't know. The vibes
Did
were
she
like,
know that you know?
No. She
huh?
certainly knows that we now know. I mean, we had a conversation. It was
Ooh, what is
not as
did you ask her
transparent as
what
I would
she
have
is?
liked. Yes.
She wants to have
says
lunch
that she's a watcher.
with us
Oh, yes. And she wants
and
that
you
too.
guys. She also knew that you guys were like a thing, but also like you were in the window, so like,
A watcher like neighborhood watch, or does that like mean something more? Eli, I haven't.
like neighborhood witch watch. Like I don't
She watching us
Yeah.
or something else?
know. She said she wasn't gonna be here long though.
That
Oh, well, I guess you really must go get lunch with her then.
I guess.
We all must
Well, like-
if you two are willing.
And
Yeah, I mean, I guess a watcher that feels pretty like. I mean, I thought something there was a presence that was gonna be here that wasn't. I didn't know whether it was gonna be. It's kind of neutral, so I guess a watcher that makes sense. Someone who's just gonna observe or watch, So that yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's we should. Everything in me says I should go. So
can I do like some kind of history check or like consult some stuff that my grandma left behind?
Absolutely. Please do.
Okay, what would that be?
you're probably a cult, right? Do you have a cult?
Yeah, intelligence occult, I would definitely say would work.
How did I have a cult? Oh no,
The
there it is.
talent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So intelligence and occult is 13.
13 total is a success. There's any number of creatures throughout magical history that have declared themselves to simply be observers of the mortal plane. Most of them aren't necessarily here for a very good reason. Typically, they're heralds of something much larger, here to judge whether or not the mortal plane deserves whatever it is that they're heralding.
Dang it, Edie. What are you looking at? What are you thinking?
Read it out loud.
Oh. Oh, okay.
read-
yeah,
I
I'm
read what
hearing.
you said.
Yeah.
Oh, now I hear it. Yeah, it's
yeah,
Yeah.
you all heard that.
Um.
Okay. So that feeling that you were having, Arcadia, that like earthquake thing, like maybe they're here because of that.
Or maybe they don't. I mean, if they're here on someone else's behalf, this could be
Oh.
someone neutral working for someone we don't know the intentions of, right? So
Yeah.
this person could be completely neutral. They may not even know the consequences of what they say or something like that.
But something big. I mean, that's a pretty big step to take, just to hang out for a little bit, don't you think? Start a bakery.
Well, their whole. I guess that's why we go to lunch to learn more, right? Right? Yeah.
She did indicate she would tell us more. I mean, Carly very astutely asked who she was watching for, and that was indicated to be a question she might give us the answer to if
Okay.
we
Oh
took
no,
her
we
up
have
on
to
that
wait.
option of lunch.
Thank you. I try to be astute.
How long is it until lunch? 1, 2.
about 4-ish hours.
Oh my god, 4 hours. We have to
Perfect.
just sit here. for
Go in the
4
back. Hey, you watch the shop. I'll go in the back and make some cookies.
Do you want some like special help with the cookies?
We should make some regular cookies and some special cookies.
Both cookies. I love it. Great.
Magical special or mortal special?
Both, one of each.
Like, well, like magic special. I don't know if she's into that.
Yeah.
You gotta like.
Well, that's
ask
why
her.
we.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
we're not gonna like sneak it to her.
Okay.
It's just showing that
No, it's like
now
magic
we know
special.
that
not
she
like-
knows.
Oh,
that
you'll
we know.
separate them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure, for sure.
And you just want me
We
to
can
like
make mortal special cookies later if you want. Like we can do that later. But like that's not now.
Yeah, we'll put that
4
sure.
hours. Here, this is
Okay.
let's do yeah. And we'll
So you just want me I'll just watch the store?
You like
And
Do
I'll be
you-
around as well, Arcadia.
Okay.
you got this.
Yeah. This store will
Right.
be so watched.
I mean, there's a lot of snow. I don't think we'll get a lot of business today.
Everybody will be so entranced by Nova as always that like
That
It'll-
too, yeah.
it'll be chill.
Yeah. All right, so we'll go in the back and make a couple
Is
batches of gluten-free cookies.
You do have a few hours. Is there anything else other than baking cookies that you would all like to do in
Yeah.
your time?
I got one more question tied to that though.
Yeah.
Carly, what kind of potion are you putting in the special cookies? What do you want to give them?
Well, so here's the thing. I don't. Okay, so like, we've got a couple of options here if we do, but like, we can have like, we can we can do the whole like manipulation, like control, etc. But we could also just like
She
have, like,
knows.
calm vibes, like calm
Yeah.
vibes in the
Yeah.
cookies. Calm cookie
Yeah.
vibes.
Yeah.
Okay, bet. We need spider webs and
A ton of those.
yeah. I figured it's yeah. Let me see. And she like he's got like a little like composition book. Just like paging through it. Like, all right.
My calculus, here's my potion cookie.
It's my potion book, my calculus book. This is my like Python language coding book. They're all in her backpack together. It's fine. We could like we
Good
could
fortune.
do like
Fortune cookies. Oh, I don't know how to make those, but those would have
No.
been perfect.
I mean, we can go out and get them
You have time?
if you.
Yeah.
You think wormwood would vibe in a cookie?
I mean, it would be fun.
We could do. Oh my god, we could do like a pumpkin spice cookie, put some juniper berries in it. They'd be very calm, very chill, calm.
Okay, that's
cookies.
a little too calm if they eat more than one.
Well, like
Or very telling?
I'm just like I'm sorry, I'm good at potions. I don't know.
Let's
Like,
let's go with good fortune cookies. We'll support a small business. We'll go around the corner, pick up some some little snacks and
I
a bag
can
of cookies.
go do that so fast.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, you're fast. I'll watch the
more
shop.
cookie, that's true.
Yeah.
Right.
He just the moment you say that, he just runs from the cashiers. Like,
I'm going.
Yeah, money.
oh shit!
Pay him when he
Dollars,
gets back.
please.
Yeah. Fortune cookies. I can do this.
That mission.
Got something to do.
Delphine,
Directive. Like,
as you reach the kitchen, starting to prepare your cookies, you see the oven just turn on. You see an old recipe book just pull itself out of the cabinet, land, and then just kind of flip to a page. As kind of opposite to Elliot's, there's just this warmth that fills the kitchen. Very caring, almost motherly in a sense.
Ah, right. Okay. This was a good idea.
Your demon companion just kind of lazily floats back and forth, scouring the shelves for ingredients.
Hey, Ray, what kind of cookies you want?
Don't eat cookies, my darling.
You know,
I don't eat.
but I mean, you still like them. Like you like the whiskey that I put out for you, right? I mean, whiskey cookies? No, that sounds weird.
we could put whiskey in cookies. We could for sure put whiskey in cookies.
Maybe just the whiskey.
Can we see
for
each
now.
other's demons? Point of order.
Absolutely up to you.
Sometimes, but not right now.
Fair.
But I
Yeah.
do say, oh, Carly, yeah, Ray's helping out. She probably figured.
Oh, for sure. We could put whiskey in a cookie. For sure.
Okay. Ray apparently does not want whiskey cookies, so just whiskey. Little for you. And I put it on a little corner, like mini altar that I kind of got set up. Little for
It's
me. I
less of drinking.
start to hand one to you, and then wait, wait.
Like looks expectantly and is like,
It's
Early in the day.
less of drinking and
I can
more
drink in
of
communion. I can drink here. It's the same thing.
like
It is okay. Wine and whiskey. Not quite.
What? It's religious.
It's more like he will kind of superheat and alter the time space of that area and cause the whiskey to come one with him. As they don't really eat or drink, but it is the best that he can do to consume. And even for a demon, a nice strong whiskey gives you that warm feel.
All right.
Are you
yeah?
sure that this woman means us no harm?
No. I'm actually a little unsure what to do because I don't really want to. I mean, I'm making stuff for them to eat, but I don't really want to eat something without knowing who's giving it to us. Do you have any kind of, I don't know, what do you think?
It were poison you were worried about. The majority of the effects would dissipate from you and would take them on. Enough to keep you from dying.
Yeah. Thank you. I don't know. You won't get any more of us hanging out with you if I go. Not right now.
Exactly.
Anyway, yeah. But I mean, we can handle poison. I'm thinking more like control or I don't know.
If you were worried, perhaps some of the magic of your coven should come in handy.
Okay.
You are all skilled. I've seen you all grow.
Okay. We'll talk about it before we go over there.
There's a
And
moment
then put
where
another shot of whiskey up.
he pauses and just kind of hovers in the air, as if he were hearing a conversation that you couldn't. Of course. Your grandmother says she is proud of you.
Tell Grandmama thanks. And her
I
book
will.
came in really handy.
It's to all of her teaching.
Yes. Oh, great. So now I got warm fuzzies and we're
You
good to
would-
bake.
Just kind of dissipates, letting that warmth fill the room. That even Carly, you can feel the temperature gradually increase. Despite the fact, the oven is on, but this is just kind of an all-around.
I've probably come to expect this coming over
would
to
say
Nini's
so.
place. Like this seems like the vibe, you know?
All right. Arcadia, Elliot. Arcadia, you're off getting fortune cookies, sprinting down the
I
street.
mean, it doesn't take that
lightning.
long. But yeah, I mean, me and my long legs, yeah.
Elliot, anything you'd like to do?
I don't think anything major. I think Elliot is more trying to give Arcadia things to do, even if it's something like taking Nova for a walk, just so Arcadia
get
is
myself
not
into
trapped in
trouble.
the shop. Yeah.
There is one thing that I would kind of like to do, which is just like as part of going and leaving this place, the fortune cookie shop, just getting it back. Just a passive thing. Arcadia, most of his abilities happen to him, and he's just trying to catch up to them. Which he has a very intuitive sense. He can track spiritual ley lines in his area to find areas or items with large amounts of aether. So I'm just curious as he's going and he's looking outside at this. Is there anything to indicate that the amount of power in this area, it's vast? It's kind of the ley lines are like drawn to this place, or is everything as it usually is?
I will preface by no, it is not as usual. As it's, to me, I would equate that to like taking off your prescription glasses and putting on your sunglasses and suddenly seeing things very differently. You certainly do not have to make this roll if you don't want to. But if you'd like, you can make a perception spellcasting.
Yeah, it specifies that I don't have to roll.
You
but
absolutely do not
for the
have to
basic,
roll. Nope. This is purely if you would like to,
but
if you want more information.
I think he's thinking like, oh my gosh, I could get something back to tell Nini and Carly and Eli. If things look weird, I could figure something out. So you want me to do? What do you want
Perception
me to roll?
spellcasting.
So the casting talent.
Yes.
Okay. So that will be plus plus 5 for me. Seven plus 4, 11 plus 5 is 16.
16, yeah. That's taking that moment to just focus on the ley lines, focusing on the flow of magic that does, over time, it has kind of been altered to flow more towards your coven than away from it, as naturally happens when groups of witches and warlocks gather at one place for long periods of time. But like a vacuum, the ley lines are being pulled across the street to that building.
Better fortune cookies. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Things are happening. Okay.
As you kind of snap out of that trance and continue your speed walking to pick up your cookies, that more of a void than anything just starts to grow in the pit of your stomach, feeling as like a balloon inside you was starting to inflate, filling up your skeletal structure until more in your mind than in your ears, hear the voice start to echo your own thoughts over and over, till it's almost this cacophony of your own voices echoing around in your head. And then it finally speaks out amidst the noise. So what are you going to do? We're not just going to walk in. We're not expecting her to be pleasant, are we?
All signs point to yes.
What signs? You've seen nothing but manipulation. She's clearly not what she seems to be.
I mean, I'd know if she wasn't, right?
You can see through like shapeshifters, correct?
I can automatically detect shapeshifters.
Yeah, not a shapeshifter.
Yeah, but in his head, he hears not what he sees. That's shapeshift is the only thing that there would be other than a witch, right? Or whatever. So that's and the demon would understand that thought process. So
Don't be foolish. If you get yourself killed, I'll have to find another.
I could get more of the lizards out, I guess.
Bring a weapon with you.
Oh, I'm holding one right now. His hands are in his pockets. But he is holding a weapon technically right now, yeah.
Something substantial. Something that will actually keep you safe from whatever she is.
Hey, I took this from Nini. I think it'll help.
As you are running up the street, you just hear that echoing of your own thoughts and voices suddenly go silent, and then just hear him call out, "Stop! Here." Reach your hand out. Like putting your hand through a wall of jello. It just kind of disappears. And you feel something solid on the other side.
Oh, fuck.
Would you like to pull?
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's a little stuck at first, and it requires second, third effort. But it is the hilt of a dagger. One that is just
Another one?
dripping a black ichor. I want this back. Do you understand?
Where do I find you?
Just a deep sigh echoed through the back of your brain, and then silence.
He, the caravans is watching. He takes what was on. He kind of shifts like a little alley, and he like takes the other thing. He has like another dagger in his hoodie already, so now he's just standing there with a sickly black one and a ceremonial, like beautiful one. Just kind of shrugs. And guess. I mean, how am I gonna hold anything else if I'm using both of these ones? Okay, I guess I should go get this. How does he have a Dropbox?
You hear voices from around the corner, kind of outside the alleyway. It's just a pair of little kids just run out, look down the alleyway, maybe 4 or 5 years old, and they just wave at you excitedly and then continue running along. The parents right behind them. Just, no, don't run. There's cars. Just, You do get one glance from the parents as they look down the alley towards you. And then continue on.
Me too, kids. Me too.
The dagger is definitely... It's almost an obsidian color, and it is constantly just dripping ichor. Constantly.
What do I roll to, like, prevent myself from licking it?
I will leave that up to you.
What's the self-control die
What's the,
in this game?
I think I'm
it's
gonna
missing.
do. I think I should roll wisdom and
Intelligence wits?
What's the
Intelligence
goblin
wit.
mode roll?
maybe wisdom wits. Wisdom wits.
Sure.
Do I have to? Okay, so that's +3 for me. I'm just, I just feel like this is the kind of situation where Katie would be like,
It's an etiquette roll.
So that's gonna be 8 plus 3, which is 11 plus. So 11 plus that would be 3. So I actually succeed.
To succeed, yeah.
So Arcadia takes a deep breath, and just puts it back, puts it back in his hoodie pocket. I think, just he has a really sturdy like hoodie, so it's kind of, it won't show through, but he knows the moment he opens that pocket up again, it's gonna be ugly in there. So yeah, but I did have a mission. I guess I have 2 now. I have to return the. Okay, I got this. Cool, great. Everything's great. Yep. 2 daggers.
I'm sure no one will look at you funny at all.
Don't worry about the lizards.
It's the normal amount of daggers.
The
100%.
normal amount
They're
of
both
Exactly.
Just a
in my
chill,
hoodie.
normal amount of both daggers and lizards
They're-
at all times.
Everything. I have nothing weird about me anywhere on my person. Nope.
I am just a 100% regular, normal guy.
Yup.
Alright. Yeah, I mean, fortune cookies gathered, cookies baked. Is there anything else that any of you would like to do?
Can
I
I make myself
I
an
wanted to
amulet?
ask, how does Arcadia? That makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, what?
How does Arcadia seem when he comes back?
Um. Oh, he's run 30 marathons. He he would pretty much immediately after no customers. Just explain like, you see magic, and then it's like actually it's all like a chasm in front of that store. Like, just explain it. In very some just not very little bit difficult to understand, but you get the impression that he's talking about the ley lines and that there's this shift suddenly as this person's come in. So he would dump all of that, but aside from that, he's very a little bit jumpier than usual, but it's more like excitement.
Yeah. And I guess in that case, Eli might take a few minutes at least to see if there's anything he can find about what would pull ley lines that quickly out of kind of the path that they've been on.
Would not be hard to find. Definitely some other dimensional influence, like
Okay.
like gates. So if you had like a pool of water, and that's the base of the pool is separating the interior from what's beyond, and someone just took a big old knife and just jammed it into the pool, and now all of the water is starting to pour out of that one hole. That's basically what's happening.
Interesting.
So the new guys have put a hole in our pool?
Basically, if your pool was the known world.
And it's going directly into that shop?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the river's changed
Seems-
its course.
That seems pretty active, don't you think? Like,
Well,
you don't just watch ley lines kind of.
I mean, it's kind of, I mean, they show where magic's headed. I guess it's more, to me, it's like an indication of what's happening, not really, if someone's pulling it or says some, I don't know, I'm speaking on my ass, really.
No, I think that makes sense, Arcadia. I mean, I think it's
Yeah,
possible
totally
it
does.
could be active, but I think it also is equally possible it's that the pressure that's being exerted by that shop and that power is more than what we have over here.
Either way, that's something.
A question. I feel like the shop would be at least somewhat protected from it draining energy from us.
Yeah, it's not that it's physically sucking away your magic. It's just the natural
it's just like water
flow
running down
of
from it.
magic is
It's like
pooling.
there's a limited amount to show in a way, so it's just shifting what it's showing, the power dynamic.
Okay.
We are less powerful than them. It doesn't mean we became less. It's just indicating that there's a more powerful presence near.
The percentage in the pie chart
Yeah.
of how much magic pie
Oh
in the
god, pie
world
charts are such bad data
has shifted. We
visualization.
have percentage-wise a smaller slice of pie at
Exactly.
this point.
At least Arcadia
That made a
would do it.
pie? No, cookies are fine.
No, we
No,
should.
because either I
we
was gonna
had.
I was
we
gonna
should-
make some lemonade, but like just for us, so that we could be like, on top of
I
our.
think it's like
shit.
kind of time to go.
Oh, okay,
I don't have a watch, but
fine.
It has been a while.
The time is on your phone, girl.
oh, I do have a phone.
King, the time is on your phone.
Have you left the store open while you've been doing things like making cookies and whatnot?
Yeah, Eli was up front.
Yeah.
You'd get about a dozen customers throughout the entirety of the morning into the afternoon, all looking for knickknacks, little trinkets here and there. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Guess we should
I
go
look
on
over
lunch
and
break now.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, they even sold one of my daggers. That's cool.
Carly, as the others, starting to get prepared, pack up the cookies, you just have a moment where you're watching them all plan and gather, and you just feel a pressure on your hand, like someone was just kind of taking your hand in there.
If I look, is anybody there?
It's a
Or-
very familiar face of long, kind of color changing hair that's almost flows like water right now. A vibrant pink that just scatters all around them and kind of whips around you, probably intentionally. And they just stand there holding your hand for a moment.
Can you just like text me like a normal person, please?
I'm not a person.
I know this and I understand this, but I'm not trying to like change who you are as a person, but like you have
Not a
to
person.
understand how this looks.
The others are worried. All of them.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, no, I
aren't. Why?
because I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I've already got you, don't I?
You don't want to know the worst that could happen.
I don't need to know the worst that could happen. It's gonna be fine. And if it's not, I'll kick someone's ass and then it will be fine.
I want you to be safe. But if you aren't, you know that I'm not coming to save you unless you cry for help and beg. Like, I want tears. Like, actual tears.
Why are you such a bitch? It's gonna be fine. Why? Okay, did you just come to gloat?
Yes.
Like, what? Like... If you're not here to help, I have cookies to pack up. So, either be helpful or give me my hand back. Thank you.
She would let go. And the hair just kind of consumes the figure until it does start to just dissipate. With one final statement before it's fully gone. The cookies are awful.
You're such a bitch! Ugh. Just like, ugh. Like, and then like goes to like wherever Dini is and like starts packing up the cookies and she's just like visibly pissed. Like, an
Well,
asshole.
as the four of you prepare yourselves, as you get ready for the most epic fight ever, or just an old lady who wants to have you for tea, one or the other,
Have
that is where we're going to take a break, give everyone a chance to grab a drink, stretch your legs, do what you got to do, and we'll come back with the second half of our introductory session to Witch Fated Soul. See you soon, everybody. And welcome back. Where we left off, we had baked cookies, we bought fortune cookies, we had a nice little visit from each of our individual demons, who were some more encouraging, some less encouraging, some insulted our baking, but a reminder that they're all there. Always watching, always looking out for you in their own unique ways. So go ahead, roll on some. A little too. There we go.
We hate to hear that.
Yeah, it can't be
Picture
happy
is
and cheery.
But it's a tea party. Everything's gonna be fine.
Of course. Are you closing up shop for the afternoon?
Yep, I have a sign I flip over and it said, closed for maintenance, bless.
Well, with your care package in hand, you stare across the street and you see the nicely cleaned windows, the walls where the paint had been chipping before, now a nice, beautiful coat of this kind of bluish gray exterior painting. The sign that just very plainly says tea shop hangs there over the door. The lawn even seems a little more manicured than you remember. What would you like to do?
Open
You
the
all
door.
need to know something really important before we go in there.
I have my
Grandmama says
hand on
she's
the
proud of
doorknob.
us. Grandmama says she's proud of us and we've been doing well.
Oh, cool.
That's all.
Okay, I can open the door now.
Gotta turn it though.
Go off, King. You got this.
Starts pulling the
I feel like
door, and
You're
there's
pushing the puller.
a little bit of mechanical resistance, which does eventually relent, and then the door just kind of starts to open on its own.
I walk in.
It smells very floral. There's no traces of dust. The floor seems... Honestly, any of you that had been in this shop before it was abandoned, it looks almost nicer than it did back then. Whatever scratches on the floor there were gone. The nicks and wear and tear in the walls gone. Everything is very vibrant. Even pictures now up on the walls of old, probably witches and warlocks. Not that it's anyone that you might recognize at first glance. But there are shelves and shelves of tea ingredients and teapots and teacups. And then from the back room, your new neighbor steps out. Big smile, hair kind of pulled back into this curly ponytail that just travels about halfway down her back. Fairly dark black hair with little bits of gray mixed in. He smiles at you, and the two of you that have been here before. It might be a little odd because she looks to be maybe in her late 30s. She just holds out a pot of tea and kind of sets it down on a silver platter, along with some cups, and pulls out a plate of sandwiches and little mini quiches and small vegetable appetizers. Hello.
Hi, I'm Arcadia.
A pleasure.
Thank you for having us over. And I do a very formal bow with a little special indication of that it's between comrades, I guess you could say.
I do a horrible imitation of it.
We're still
I
working
just
on it.
wave like a normal person.
Yeah.
She does
Eli just does the head nod.
kind of returns the bow.
Carly kind of looks at Eli like, "Is this the same? Are you? Am I? Are you seeing what I'm seeing?" Oh, okay.
And Eli's just like, yes. She's been busy.
Arcadia
I thought she
like
was older.
immediately sits down.
I thought
And-
she was older because of their description, but then I realized that Carly is young and everybody who's over 25 is ancient to her. So that's
I-
pretty much. what I chalk it up to.
You might be able to tell by the shock on Carly's face that, like, oh, interesting. Maybe
Okay,
this
so
isn't the person. Maybe this is a different person. Maybe this is like her daughter or something.
Yeah.
It's that, and is I think like not necessarily would it be recognized, but anyone who knows him is like clocking everything in the room, all the small things, anything near him. But yeah, he just kind of waits for everyone else to sit down.
present the
I'll
cookies
sit.
and the good fortune cookies. So it's lovely to have you as our neighbor.
Well, it is a pleasure to meet you all. I am Alvina Hollowbow. As I told your companions, I am here to observe.
You're pretty powerful, huh?
I am as powerful as I need to be.
So then do you need to be pretty powerful?
You can't just ask people if they're powerful, Arcadia.
I
It's
already
all
did
right.
it.
For some, I am everything. I am all-consuming. For others, distant memory.
Well, I guess if you met someone, they'd remember you, and then if you met them a really long time ago, and it's during this, I'd like to truth speak.
Ooh.
So he's kind of going through. He's like, I guess if you met someone, when you meet someone, and then Oculus 1. When meeting someone for the first time, the seer may choose to use this cantrip to speak a truth about the person they are meeting. The seer must maintain eye contact with the person as they do this, and they cannot control what they say. I can't do it on someone again, but yes, so you get to tell me what I say about this person. It can be anything.
You would mention that none of you have met her before. That even knowing that fact, you know you were all bound to meet her eventually.
And we meet someone. We're meant to meet you. We're supposed to meet you.
Of course. Please, all of you have a seat. She'll like start setting out the sandwiches and crackers and quiches and the fruits and vegetables.
So, what's in each of these?
They are all very simple teas. Nothing more. They smell good, they taste good.
Cool. What do I mean? It's a cool place. What are you here to do?
Are the rest of you also sitting down?
Try to help kind of set things up.
Yeah, I'm like cracking open the tin of cookies. Like, let's go.
As I said, I am just here to watch. I believe that I have family very interested in this place, possibly in you. If they are,
Oh,
I would like to get a look at you all first.
you have like your cousin was interested in us. Like, what's up with that?
I have brothers and sisters.
Are they also
was it
not?
us? Or was it us specifically?
I don't know.
Or you're okay?
Are they also like, cool? Like,
My family,
I'm like, please say something. Please say something.
they all have a
Uh,
particular interest. All of them.
Carly's gonna do a thing, and I don't know how visible this thing is to other people. But it might end up being about as visible as what Arcadia was spouting about them. So druids have this thing called what is it called? Radar, the site. And it's about like seeing into people's lineages
Okay.
and like the histories of magically important places, etc., etc. And I don't see anything vis-a-vis like roles and stuff, but I would like to get a
Yeah.
vibe because she's mentioned her family like specifically.
What's it called?
It's I'll put it in
Cantrip.
chat. It's
Like,
Radark.
what?
It's one of like the features of druids.
Oh, so it's one of the base druid features.
One of the traits. Yeah.
Okay.
It's druids have a love of protecting lore, etc., etc. A druid may attempt to do this with a person's ancestry as well, but they must first make a difficulty 13 check. Must be in a significant area or next to the person for this trait to work.
Well, you are certainly next to
I
the
am certainly next to the person.
Yep.
So
So that is difficulty 13, 2d10 plus your spell level.
a level, which is just one for everyone,
Ooh.
right?
So you have to roll pretty high on this.
Yeah, I would have to roll pretty high, but like
You also have your amulet.
+1.
+2 because of the
With the amulet.
the bless.
Oh, so that would be +3 total.
Yeah,
If you want to
so-
use it right now.
Be blessed.
I
You have the choice to use it right now.
want to get the vibes. I
Okay.
do. Want
Absolutely.
to, is that
Yeah. So +3 on top of whatever your roll is.
Yep. No?
That's a 5 plus 3 is an 8.
You get some vibes still, right? But not.
Yeah, absolutely.
might
Oh,
get some vibes. Not as good.
you were also
Um,
granted a mercy point by the chat, which is just a free reroll for one of you.
I don't want to use the
Do it.
chat's reroll.
No.
Do it.
Do
Do
it.
it.
Okay.
Do it.
Do it.
Oh, okay. Hey.
What is...
That's a 10 plus 3.
You meet it. Yeah.
Thank
Let's
you.
fucking go.
We did it, folks.
Thank you, chat.
Yeah.
Like a book that just opens in your eyes, in your mind. You just start scanning down the pages of names of dozens, of hundreds, of thousands, of millions. Over and over and over, getting images of people from down the street that you have known, to people from 400 or 500 years ago, to knights, to honestly, there's so many different people from so many different eras and different places that for most people it would be too much. But you are used to this. You've done this before. You're a druid. And even then, it's surprising.
Holy shit. She like digs in her bag for like some baby aspirin. Like she's like, oh my god. Okay. Wow.
You fine, Carl?
I'm good. This she'll
Did
like
you drink
she'll,
enough?
she'll like look at the gal that's here and be like, so this is like a family job thing? This goes back a ways, right?
Yes.
Are there more of y'all here?
For your sake, I hope no.
Are you? I don't.
What does that mean?
My family
And
are
if
not
they're-
all content to watch, as I am. Some of them are more active in their roles.
So can I?
So if there were more, that would suck for us,
I don't know.
right?
Oh, can I? So
Okay.
this might sound stupid because I don't really know too much about this, but like, are you from this plane?
I was born in this plane, yes.
Okay. Okay. Just curious.
Just position-wise, who of you do you think you would have your backs to the front door? Who of you do you think would have the front door in your vision?
Arcadia wants to
Eli
see as
would
much
definitely
as-
have it in his vision. Yeah.
I think, and Arcadia's the opposite because he wants to see everything in the store. So he's kind
Okay.
of, I think they're, yeah, kind of a little opposite in that respect.
So Arcadia and Elliot are
See
actually
out
like
the window
facing
so I
each
can see my
other.
shop.
Delphine also
Yeah.
staring out or looking at the door and at the big bay windows towards the shop. Carly?
I'm not afraid of anything. I'm probably sitting between Arcadia and this lady. Like, put a buffer between these guys. So I'm like, I'm
Okay.
paying attention to her
think-
and my
yeah.
squad. And that's it.
Yeah, actually, I feel like she's in the middle. Then on one side is Arcadia, the other is Carly, then it's Eli and Nini, right?
Okay.
Uh,
I was gonna put my body in between you guys for protection purposes,
Well,
but
I think other people would sit
if
next.
you find it,
I'm imagining
Okay.
two people would have to sit next to her.
entirely
Anyways,
up to you.
whatever. We look at shop, they don't.
Were the two of you staring, or at least having vision of the window staring out into the street, would you both roll perception wits?
$16.
13.
Beautiful. The more this conversation has gone on, the more that you may or may not be eating or drinking your tea, and for as lovely as this has all been, there's just been this odd feeling you can't quite shake. And being able to see out into the street, I haven't really seen anything off. And I think it would hit you both about the same time that you haven't seen anything. No cars driving by, no passers-by, no birds. Even the light snowfall that had started on your way here, it's not visible, there's nothing.
I look to Eli. Quiet day, huh?
And Eli was looking to you at the exact same moment and just kind of nods and says, "Yeah, too quiet."
Do we need to make some
Where are
noise?
the ravens?
Ravens are still up there, keeping a lookout. And I would say that even
Okay,
as
how-
you look up to get a vibe on the ravens, they start kind of fluttering and hopping back and forth. And in the vision of the two of you staring out into the street, you would see just a single pure black car pull up in front of the store. And someone step out. Finely pressed suit, kind of this amber red. They look a bit feminine, but only a bit. They have tightly cropped dark hair, a fiery dark red. They step out, around, stare in the shop at the two of you, and would
Some
start
good
to head to
quiche.
the door. Yes, I do find myself quite the baker. I've had many years to
Yeah.
perfect my craft.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Is this a friend of yours coming to
Hmm?
join us?
Like, the head just kind of turns to the door, watching this figure start to step in. And for what little color she did have, seems to drain. And her mouth just hangs open and just watches.
Do I catch your eyes?
For a brief moment, you would, yeah.
I'll truth speak.
Send you a message.
Okay.
I think out loud, Carly's like, "Do we need to go?"
Oh, these are some good quiches. I think we're in a lot of danger.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think lunch is over, guys.
The
What did I just say?
the door opens. The figure steps in, kind of like tapping their shoes on the ground to get the little bit of snow off.
Arcadia.
I look at the woman. I don't think. I think we're in a lot of danger.
Hey, we
Mhm.
need to go. We need to get
You
out.
stand as she comes in. Come in.
Sit, all of you. Hello,
All
sister.
right, everybody, let's stay calm. Let's stay calm.
Good idea. You wouldn't happen to be
Would you join us?
here to give these mortals any bit of warning, would you? Your hostess hasn't even really breathed in the past couple moments. Just still sitting with the neck kind of cranked to the side, staring at this woman.
I'll answer. I'll say, all our lovely host has given us so far are these excellent quiches and some tea.
So intrusive for someone with so little impact. What you've done, though, it's a beautiful store. You four. Might I ask who you are?
I'm Arcadia.
Arcadia.
Yep. What about you guys?
And the
You
rest
can
of
call
you?
me Nini.
Eeny. Wait.
I'm Eli.
Eli. Just the eyes are just boring a hole into Carly.
Carly's just like visibly distrusting this person.
I'm gonna say your name.
Hey, name. I have to say your name.
I think I was just leaving. Just gonna stand up calmly.
Don't think you were.
Yeah.
What should we call you?
Would you? Let's go. Manipulation. I don't feel like you're trying to be overly deceptive. I think manipulation empathy works just fine. Possibly manipulation etiquette, even.
16.
16, yeah. Eyes move from Carly to you. I suppose you wouldn't know me. You will. I am Orla. Type that in. There you go. Yes, you would have seen this individual in your vision.
My supernatural. This is not a shapeshifter.
Not a shapeshifter.
Okay.
But would you like to tap into that kind of supernatural vision?
Yeah, maybe even try to actually. I mean, I don't know as much as Nini and Eli about what. I just kind of get a feeling, but I can always. I got a good sense of things, I guess. Gonna be 4 plus 9 plus my perception plus sense. So that's 6. So 9 plus 6 is 15.
Yeah. There's a shimmering behind this figure, as you would very clearly see that time itself outside of this shop seemed to have come to a crawl. And slamming themselves against that shimmering barrier, against those bay windows, 4 figures, your demons, are trying to break through to get to you.
Shit.
And do I see with my understanding, like, Aether and the ley lines, does it seem like I just want to generally, is this creature kind of influencing that?
This figure is hatred and fear and malice incarnate.
And
So-
all 4 of our demons are there?
Yes, they are
I see that.
desperately trying to shatter the glass to get to you.
But I see that, right? Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, no, this is just my sense. I've got a lot of sense. So Arcadia, like, looks and so I'm just gonna ask very straightforward. Are you here to immediately hurt us? Or are you gonna ask us to do something or not do something, then possibly hurt us?
Not here to do anything to you.
Are you here for her?
What are you here for then?
I'm here to give your little plane, your mortal lives, a kickstart.
Oh,
Mm.
that. So I can have void sight, which means I can find weak points between the planes by rolling perception and sense. Would I be able to roll that quickly to see if this person came in from another plane?
Not even any need to roll.
Okay.
Behind them, as just they're walking, it is just a doorway, and behind them is thousands of figures just clawing at that barrier.
I think, which would be recognizable to y'all. You're not exactly sure what it means, but I think you can see, like, Arcadia getting kind of lost in what he can see that he shouldn't be able to. Just like eyes wide as they just say this. Yeah.
The figure would walk up to their sister, just letting one hand trail along the back of the couch till she's physically looming over the much smaller woman. Can't save them. Not this time. and then looks up at all of you. I am sorry that you were here for this. But you should also feel blessed that it's going to be over for you very soon.
How would that be a blessing
I'm
for
like
us?
only 21.
And
Carly's had a hand on her taser since this bitch came in the room. If
I'm
it
prob-
looks like they're about to hurt their host, just let me know, because then it's
Yeah.
100%.
Put my hands in my pockets.
I've got one hand in my backpack, baby.
I am
Yeah.
actually going to have everybody roll your initiative.
Yes.
Oi, oi, oi.
I've got initiative. Why am I?
There we go.
Why am I acting as hyper?
17.
As Arcadia right now?
17.
Oh, let me put my.
I
light
don't
on.
want to go first. So somebody roll higher.
Okay, that's gonna be.
I rolled bad,
I
and I'm sad
can't.
about it.
11 plus. I got 15.
15.
I got 15 as well.
What's your dex? Or perception? I don't know what you rolled.
My dex 2.
I have a +4 to dex, so.
Right.
Carly with the 5.
Harley with a 5.
So angry.
I'm gonna start using my light as to like do effects like oh god.
Gotta like turn off my overhead if that's gonna wait a
Oof.
minute.
Because the sunset during this, so
Rage light.
I don't even need to do the math. That's well over a 20.
Hey.
What if it wasn't?
What if it was not that?
What if it just
Like-
like
Just like
wasn't?
a fun thought experiment.
Hey demon, can we make a deal right now for
Hey
tonight?
girlie, can I get more initiative?
All right.
Now, change the
I love going to initiative to just talk to someone. Yep.
Good old chat.
There we go.
Yeah. This is like we have to do the initiative so they can do their boss monologue
Mhm.
while we, you know.
Which they will kind of let their gaze drift over each of you before looking back down at their sister. It's time. And just manifesting in their hand this long, wicked curved blade would just jab it down into the chair.
Chair or the sister through?
Through
down to
the sister
chair?
into the chair.
Okay.
Who still hasn't been able to do so much as let out a breath. And they just let go of the dagger with their hands behind their back. And just let the blood just trickle down Alvina. Delphine.
Is this what you came here to do? Are you done now?
It's begun.
Okay. Well, we would like the rest of the afternoon back. Especially if we don't have much time.
They just smile and kind of step to the side.
companions and see if they want to go.
I think you'd see all of your companions very much on edge.
Now, the least we can do is tidy up her shop. She was a good host. So, please be on your way.
That streak of blood that has been running down Alvina, hitting the chair, soaking through and starting to drip to the floor. You can hear and smell sizzling. You can also delay your turn if you'd like.
Yeah, I can't think to do anything except talk.
All right.
So I would like to delay.
We'll delay you. Arcadia.
Thank you.
First of all, I'm gonna put like a combat reference in the chat if anybody needs it in this party that I made. So
Ooh.
I'll just put that down really quickly. I don't think I shared it before. So okay. So for I have a few things I could do. I think so. I actually want to ask if it's okay for me to ask this. It's not. I'm holding in my jacket pockets. I'm holding both of the knives. I know magic. Can I just get a feel? Is anything special, mechanically significant about the knife I was given?
You haven't had a ton of time to study it, but it is demon forged. So, yes, it is definitely special.
Okay. Oh, but which one would I stab with? They're both cool. Or so
Delphine is also here to see you use hers. Just point.
Oh, I don't give a shit. I already stole it.
First time something's gone in your pocket.
It's not the first time that I have prepared. But so I'm. We're all close.
Yep.
Yeah. I think. So for 2. Okay. Whew. Terms of the minor actions, I think that's what I just wanna check super quickly. I'm probably gonna cast something though. I just want to check if there are any minor actions that I would like to do. But I have already summoned. I already have on me my lizards. And so I think I'm going to use those instead. Okay. So I don't think there's any particular minor actions I want to do. So I'm gonna. I think he is inclined. He's not gonna move that far, but he'll stand up out of his chair and stumble a little back. But as he does that, you watch as, who knows, dozens, hundreds of lizards start pouring out of his jacket pockets, his sleeves, almost like spiders, but they're all these little small, like glossy lizards. And what I'll do, I'm going to, I think the first thing I'm gonna do, I think I'll try. I feel like if she didn't have sight, that would make things a bit hard for her right now if she's trying to stab someone.
That's very
Would
fair.
you guys agree? So I'm going to try and have my lizards crawl into her orifices and remove her sight. And so that is Animus 1. And so I'm going to cast Animus 1, remove 1 sense, sight. That's going to be for me difficulty 11. I am holding the artifact I stole from Nini, which means I have a +4 to casting right now. So this is going to be +5 with my spell level.
Okay.
And I might add to it. What is difficulty 11? Why was one of those a D12, Neptune? Roll D. Okay. 7 plus 5 is
Beat it?
11. And then plus 5, I think I
Oh.
got a 16. So
Absolutely.
I remove her sight.
The lizards just start pouring out. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just wanted. I delayed my action. I want to take my action while this is
Absolutely.
happening.
The lizards just pour out, just filling this part of the room, crawling up her, who doesn't particularly seem to react as they start biting into the flesh, attacking the face, and leaving just these voids where the eyes should be. The lizards would very quickly just start into little puffs of flame.
I might keep it up, though.
Okay.
We'll see. Because basically it lasts until my round, and then I have to see if I can keep it up.
Anything that is currently on this person would catch on fire and emulate immediately. Anything else? You can move if you'd like.
Yeah, so remove some eyesight. I think he would actually stay relatively close, and you just watch him, Arcadia, in this manner you've never seen, like actually concentrated and focused.
Instead of ADHD, everything, all the things.
This is usual, his general difficulty focusing to hyper focus.
All right.
So I don't think I have anything else.
Delphine.
Okay, I can speak with the dead as a cantrip, so I can ask 3 questions, and I'd like to speak with
Ooh.
Albina.
Yeah.
Okay, first question. What are her weaknesses?
This require any roll of any kind.
That was a cantrip.
Right then. Thing.
Mhm.
Well, I can tell you me.
Right. How can we get away from her safely?
Break the spell and run.
How do we break the spell?
Focus. Find the key. Break it.
Break the key. Okay. And I have one question for you, if I can.
Mhm.
I have a very powerful healing artifact on me. But I don't know. Actually, never mind. I will look up what I was going to ask you while the others are taking their turns.
Bring this down to Elliot.
So I think the first thing Elliot does is get to his feet, look at Orla, ignoring the fact that, Orla is crawling with lizards and all sorts of things are happening there, and just say, Coming in and stabbing one's host seems like absolutely dreadful etiquette, especially when that host is family.
You have no idea.
No, you haven't explained much. And I think at that point, Elliot is going to ignore Orla and when he saw the blood start going down and started to smell the sizzling, I think his immediate thought was, I need to disrupt where that blood is going in any way possible. And so I think his logic, not knowing how helpful this is going to be to cast a curse to break the floor. And hopefully either shift the direction of or stop entirely where that blood is heading.
Yeah, okay. What are you using exactly?
And so I think with that, because he is just focusing on the material plane, of course, since he's using the spell at a fairly low level, only at Canto 1, I think he's going to say, I want to break the wood. And he would be more careful with his words than I was about to be. So I'm very glad that I caught that, because what I would have said would not have been great. I think he's just going to stick with, I want to break the floor and stop the blood.
Does this require a roll of any kind?
It does. Yes. I believe it's 2d10 and then plus what I have in spell, in casting.
It's just a casting.
Yeah.
Does it have the difficulty, or is it just 13?
I just rolled 2 10s.
Never mind, I guess we don't need to know the difficulty.
So,
I just rolled 2 10s.
I'll give you the option, because that is a critical success. You can start to shatter away the floor, which by proxy is going to start breaking apart the chair and that vicinity around there. But I would give you the option of searching for something else in the immediate vicinity that you would like to shatter.
I would like to take that option.
Yeah. What would you like to choose?
I feel like my squad mate is over there very much directing me to shatter the knife in his hand.
Not my knife.
What currently jabbed
someone...
into the chair? Okay.
Yes.
Like a thin pane of glass, the floor just cracks and then shatters away, leaving not the perfect manicured polished hardwood floor that you've all been staring at and walking on and become accustomed to, but a weathered and damp set of hardwood floor underneath. Focusing the magic up, trailing up the body of Alvina. The hilt of that dagger, very plain, just still curved upwards. Just continue to focus until it starts to crack, letting off so much heat and letting out little drips of this almost magma looking substance before it finally full on shatters And Alvina would just slump to the floor, the chair now breaking under her. And the rest of the room slowly starting to spiderweb and continue that crack that she made. That would get Orla's attention, who kind of turns an ear to listen. And then the face looks at you, Elliot. Not that there's any eyes in there to stare at you. Any movement, or are you good where you are?
I think outside of standing up as he did earlier, Elliot stays where he's standing because he's not going to move further away from the rest of his coven until they're all moving towards safety.
Right. Harley.
Yes.
Reality is shattering around you.
Correct.
What do you like to do?
Well, I unfortunately am one to commit to the bit. I've had my hand on this taser, and druids. So the thing about druids, specifically blood druids, are a bunch that is quick to anger. And I think it's safe enough to say that Carly is there. So she's just gonna stand up and like I'm not sure like how much of like the tables and the chairs are still left, I guess.
Not much.
But like bet, awesome, sick. Carly just no fear, just step right up to this fool. And just like fear and rage in her eyes, but like still just like that girl in her voice, just like dick move, and then just like shove the taser into this thing's gut, and then be like, all right, time to dip.
Oh. Make an attack.
Let's see, what is do I add to an attack?
2d10.
Are you?
Just 2d10?
Well, what are you? There's 2d10 plus dex, and then plus your
Plus-
raw melee or ranged.
I think it's
This is
melee.
definitely melee. This is definitely melee. It's 5 meters
Yeah.
range,
Yeah.
I guess. So like,
Either
You
taser-
are looking at...
oh, there is a taser stat block. Don't even.
Well, I know that. I'm just. I think it is melee. Yeah, I'm just checking. But go ahead, second thing.
Combat difficulty of 17.
Okay, so that is that's an 11 plus. You said dex. That's gonna be a 2. That's not enough.
Wait. Okay. So what is the final total?
11 to 13,
Ah.
right? Right? We
Yeah.
said
I'm
dex?
just. Yeah.
So dex is the vibe. You sure it's not brawl?
It's no, because brawl is a different. That would be a touch attack.
That would be if I decked her. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Oh well. Well, I try.
Just, you engage the taser and just go to
RBP.
just jab it into the rib cage there. And not turning to look at you, their hand still just reaches out, grabs onto your wrist, that electricity still just kind of jolting out, and it is like hot irons wrapping around your hand, full on starting to sizzle and cook your flesh under their grasp.
Oh, that just feeds the fire. It's like not so much screaming as like just like growling.
I think it's her turn now.
You do take 5 points of damage.
Sure, that's fine. That's fine.
And still staring down at you, Elliot. Finally let all of you see that doorway behind them as it just cracks open, and that army of grasping hands these almost lizard-like humanoids just start pulling themselves out of the crack into the room behind you, into the world around you. I'm just going to do one attack into each of you as they just start pouring out to just take a swipe as they do.
Those are nice.
Yeah. So this is a...
But
yes, it's a Fiery Claw. We'll just go down the line, counterclockwise, starting with Carly. 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 6 is 14.
Yeah, that'll hit. That'll do it.
I
Yeah,
don't think that would
easy.
have hit me.
Oh, 3 whole points of damage.
Sure thing.
Over to Delphine. 7 plus a 10, 17 plus something. So it's at 25. I think that hits. One again for 3 points of damage. I don't think crits do anything in combat. Okay. So it's just 26 against Elliot.
Cool.
3 whole points of damage. My attacks are amazing. Can't roll above a 1 for damage. And Arcadia,
You can't see well.
that's a 1. And a 1, that's a crit fail, but that's 8 to hit. I think that misses.
Oh, not you miss me. I'm a dodgy boy.
These creatures just start clawing, raking at everything, just leaving these scorch marks behind them. As the figure with no eyes will just take a step back and just start walking backwards towards the door, leaving you with one.
Stumble into anything. They
leaving
can't
you
see.
with one final. Enjoy the time you have left. That brings us back to Arcadia.
Like, she's saying that's because I'm following her, controlling my creatures. I do want to ask,
Yeah.
because based on what I'm seeing, is she not affected by me removing her sight?
I did give her a flat -2. Well, okay. I gave the creatures a -2 to attack, even though that didn't make it. But yes. Any action, I just basically deemed that there'd be a negative.
Okay. I just want to check. I feel like that's worth trying to keep up, guys, right? I think that's worth trying to keep up.
But
Which
did also
means-
give a -2 to their combat difficulty.
Okay. So keep that in mind, everyone. Cause but she's leaving.
Yes. Physically stepping back through the tear.
So I will say we have no clue that Nini was like talking to that dead woman, or was that literally something we heard out loud? I can't
I was
hear.
doing it out loud.
Yeah.
Okay. So we know that she was like, oh, I need to find the key and break it. All right. So I think that I would assume that Nini's probably gonna look for a key and then try to break, right? I think in his head he's like, Nini's probably gonna look for the key. She just talked to this thing. So I think you watch. I think I'm actually gonna. The creatures, yeah, they dissipate. I don't think I'm gonna keep up removing her sight if she's leaving. Just because I would really like the thing that we need to get out of here to be found. And the thing is, I understand there are many things I shouldn't understand, but I do, and that includes how all this works. So I can, for one combat action, before my ally acts, I can possibly give you a bonus to your next roll. And that's manipulate the gauze, 2d10 plus manipulation plus gauze.
Oh.
So, and I have a +2 to gauze, so it'll be +3 for me. So, so if I meet difficulty 13, you get to add 2 to your next roll, and if I meet difficulty 19, you get to add +4. So we'll see if I can meet any of the difficulties.
Yeah.
I might also use what you gave me to give you a bonus. We'll see what I roll. But I feel like, I want to make sure that I feel like you'd be good at checking things out, seeing what's up, so. Or whatever you do, I want you to do it well. That's going to be, that flew off my table. Let's do that. Whew. There's 2 9s. So 9.
It's safe to say you passed 19.
So, Nini, I'm like, some of the lizards disappear, and then a bunch of the ones that are left skitter up to you, and like perch on your shoulders. And you'll get a +4 to your next roll.
Beautiful.
That's my
Thank you.
turn.
That's great.
All right.
Coven work makes the dream work.
That brings us down to Delphine.
All right, I'm gonna look for the key.
Absolutely. A perception. I take a perception occult or perception wit, whichever you.
20. I used my amulet, by the way.
Okay.
And you included my +4?
Mhm.
Fantastic.
The cryptic warnings might not always be straightforward. It might be just a vague reference to what you actually need. But staring around the room, jammed in the currently closed door, is an actual key.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout out whoever's closest to the door. I'm just gonna shout it out loud, like, we need that key. We need to break it. It's in the door.
Okay.
I don't know who's closest to the door.
Entirely up to you.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Did Orla leave? Orla hasn't left yet, has she?
She's stepping out
stepping
backwards.
back currently.
Okay, and you're saying looking like they're going out the door or falling through the crack in the
They
floor?
created their own door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they
And I'm
leave in.
gonna. Whoever's next to me, I'm gonna whisper it to them, and I'm gonna.
I think it's your choice,
Yeah.
whoever you want.
Eli and Nini were sitting next to each other.
Okay. Then say we need that key in the door. We have to break it. Pass it on. I don't want Orla to hear.
You still have an action. A combat action.
Oh, I do?
Yep.
Alright. Then I'm gonna try to head towards that door.
Absolutely. If you want to just simply mention the key and then move over yourself to grab it, you could absolutely do that.
Alright, that's what I'm doing.
Moving 10 meters is free too, so you can still do a combat action.
And that's what I'm trying to
Unless
do.
I'm wrong, but I think you did a minor
you-
action, move,
Yeah.
and then you still have an action.
Would
You
you
can
like
throw
to?
a punch if you want to, King.
Just try.
You could break that key if you
just
wanted.
try and break the key if you want.
Kinda
You can
thinking
get to
maybe
the
I'll
key. You
focus
can
on
do
the
it. You
key.
can be the
At
hero.
least, yeah, you could just be
Yeah.
go break the key.
How would you like to try to break it?
Okay, if I got it,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to actually physically break it, and I'm gonna.
It's
Do I know who's probably the strongest?
it's kind of jammed in the lock, but I mean, like a swift kick would definitely be possible to just snap it off.
Okay, I'll try it.
Yeah. Let's go with either strength or dexterity brawl.
And if combat difficulty, would this be considered a touch-based attack?
It's technically not an enemy, so I'm just going with the standard difficulty 13.
Alright.
20.
20, yeah.
Yo, Needy works out.
I
Apparently,
do, actually.
just full on just
He's been coming
boots
to the gym with me.
into the side of the key, and it lets out a horrific screech when it snaps. Most of it immediately just falls to the floor. This glowing reddish gold just fading away to a dull bronze. And even the parts that were in the lock that he'd snapped off just melt a bit and then come tumbling out to the floor. All of it now just this dull brass color. But
I don't know if
the windows shatter, and one by one your demons come rushing in. Just some of them, full on body slamming these lizard-like creatures, pulling them off of you. Others just creating this protective distance, or full on just hailing down magic into the room.
Arcadia would yell, "Do you want the knife back now?"
Later.
I don't know. He said he wanted it back. This seems like a good opportunity if he does.
Didn't you
Oh, that guy.
use
sorry.
it?
Sorry, talking about my knife.
Because even now your demons are starting to get swarmed by these things.
It's not my turn.
But that does bring us down to Elliot.
So just to kind of set the scene, how many of these lizard creatures are in here? How bad is it looking for our demons? Just that sort of information.
At least, like, maybe they could just kill him.
I mean, less than 30 have probably come out so far, but that there is no limit to what you can see currently on the other side of that tear, forcing their way through.
And so I think with that, just given the overall situation, I think Elliot's just going to look at the rest of the coven and say, we need to get the fuck out of here. Let's run.
This might seem like an odd question, but bear with me. Has Elliot ever spent time on boats?
Interesting question. Yes, he has.
Standing up and taking a step onto that kind of gnarled, weathered wood flooring now, you would feel movement. And from a person who has their sea legs, would recognize that as being on a sea vessel.
So something very strange is happening. Let's all stay calm. We still need to get the fuck out of here. I'm not quite sure where here is right now. We're gonna figure that out, but I think we need to go.
That shattering that you did had already taken up most of the floor of the room, but I mean, you critted. If you would like to continue, you wouldn't have to roll again, or you could simply let that curse just fade away.
No, I'm gonna keep that going.
The floor would continue to shatter away like a thin pane of glass, revealing the edge of a ship, a railing, a small, hunk of wood that extends up past which you can see probably the mast. And you would hear the very calming sounds of water. Are
I
you
think
at
we still
all
have a
anyone that's trained in gauze, I think is what it's called?
hi.
You would recognize the feeling of being in between planes of existence.
I have sense and gauze.
There you go. But, Elliot, what would you like to do?
So as I'm kind of seeing more of this ship appearing, do I see anywhere where we could hide?
Would you like to step through onto the actual ship?
I think so.
Will you just roll 2d10 for me?
I would love to. That is a 12.
Elliot starts to mention how something is weird and we need to go, and then disappears.
Do we see
Elliot,
the ship deck too?
You can see the floor, yeah.
Do we see Elliot on the ship?
I mean, you're catching a
excuse me.
glimpse, like a reflection of what another plane would look like. So you're getting a very small piece of what might actually be on the other side.
We're like looking at a reflection in the water, but we don't have that. Like, we're looking at a reflection in water, but we're not seeing ourselves.
You
It's
have
like-
you have no perspective of what it is that you're really looking at.
Do you have
except
any
for me.
idea though that Eli's there? Or Eli just flat out disappears and we just see the reflection of the ship.
Yes, we.
He said, "We need to go," and then disappeared.
Total despair. Okay, thank you.
He said we needed to go, and then he went. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. You know, I appreciate
Katie
that.
does look immediately panicked. But
Charlie.
Is Orla still here? Has she like has that figure fully absconded, or are they still?
I mean, they're within
Visible.
reach. You could certainly go through their doorway with them.
I don't know that I want to go through their doorway. Would it be like a reasonable thing to attempt to grab them and pull them back?
Yes, absolutely.
That is absolutely what I would like to do.
That would be a grab.
Yeah, it would. Is that just brawl business? Do I need to roll for that? I imagine.
Hunting for it in the sheet. Combat maneuvers.
That's combat maneuver.
Grapple.
That makes sense.
It is 2d10 plus strength or dexterity and your brawl. Versus 19 down to 17 because they still technically can't see.
9 plus.
oh, I stopped my effect.
Oh, then
So
it's back into 19.
it's only once per. It lasts around until I keep it up. So
4, 15, 55. Dirty 20.
You will just beat it. Just reach out, grab onto that surprisingly soft, like silken suit, and just kind of start pulling them back.
Yeah, he's like, oh, cute.
Immediately sizzling in your hands. You are going to take 5 points of damage.
That's fine. That is okay. I
But-
understand.
Yeah, mid-step back, they are just suddenly pulled forward. face to face with you.
Can I if this is a grapple, can I get him down? Like, can I knock him, or is that a separate thing?
Knockdown is a separate thing.
Cool. Bet. Awesome. I've just got him grabbed. I think that's most of what I can do, right?
Yeah.
That
So
void.
you're not going fucking anywhere.
The void where the eyes were. You were just staring at a lifetime hatred and fear and conquest playing out like a movie from their mind.
And I'm feeling every ounce of it
Every
in my
bit.
physical body.
Every bit.
Yeah, no. They're not getting out of this easy.
Right. Back to the top. They kind of look down at you very confused, but there's almost some admiration there. The salamander creatures are going to continue their advance. Your demons are holding their own, but there are droves of these creatures. So I'm going to roll once for everyone except for Elliot, because Elliot's not here. On to Carly, it's a 6 and a 4 for a total of 14.
To hit?
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. Oh, and I have just hit injured. BT dubs.
Ooh, I rolled a 2 this time, so that's 4 points of
Okay.
damage.
Okay. All right.
And over to Delphine. 2 plus a 7, so 9, so 13 to hit you. Yeah. 3 full points of damage. Elliot's fine. 10 to... So 16 against Arcadia.
16 would hit me.
That's 4 points of damage.
Alright, first damage I've taken.
And they are going to try to get out of the grapple with you.
She can try.
So opposed, 2d10 plus your strength or dexterity and brawling. Which is there.
Strength or dex and
9. 6. So 21.
yeah, I guess. That's 6 plus 6. That's a 12 over here.
You just
Feeling it.
take a hand, put it onto yours, just letting it burn. This deep branding burn into the back of your hand as they just start peeling your palm back.
God damn it! Damn it! Ow.
And we'll actually leave a small little branded mark in the back of your hand.
Does it look like anything in particular, or just like
Oh.
a hand?
We'll get there.
Okay.
They just peel off the hand, kind of shove you back. Now, almost smiling a little, we'll just full on step back through the breeze. Arcadia.
Oh god. Okay. I think this is very overwhelming for Arcadia, who is most in tune with, like, he doesn't understand it, but like planes and shifting and magic and seeing things other people can't see, not like ghosts, but aether and things like that. Think this is like a lot for him all at once, because he was already seeing demons banging up against the door, and then lizard people, a ship. We're in between planes right now. Because he literally already asked, like, What plane are you from? Things
Ah.
like that. Everything's just coming together.
Slight addition that I should have added before, I forgot, but that black car that was parked out front, once that key was shattered, it is no longer a car. It is a horse-drawn chariot with two nightmares pulling.
Nightmares? I see. Okay. So cool. Fantastic. Great. So real quick, I have Void Sight, which allows me to find weak points between the planes by rolling 2d10 plus perception plus sense. Can pass through these weak points if they're able to unlock their secrets once identified. I've already been able to sense though that this is like there's planar activity occurring right here, right now.
It would be pretty impossible to miss it.
Yeah. I have Void Sight and I've sensed and gauze. Would you let me roll to know what is this? I guess I would know intuitively that this would be a different plane. Like this is not our plane. Okay. Could I try and figure out what plane it is?
Absolutely.
Okay. Would that be it would be sense probably, yeah. Right? And then what would you have me roll for my attribute? Dexterity? No, I'm joking. I'd love it to be.
Intelligence?
Okay.
Good old
Plus
intelligence.
5.
No one dumps intelligence.
I have okay intelligence. I just have really good dexterity. Alright. 7 plus 5 is a 12, right? And then plus, so 12 plus my intelligence plus sense is 5, so that's 17.
Hell yeah. It's a moment of like searching through your catalog library of
somebody actually probably searching through someone else's memories.
Ooh, I love that. Just different experiences in the different planes, what they feel like and what your senses would tell you in each one, eventually landing on what you are almost positive this is. This is the underworld. Specifically the River Styx.
I think that actually especially would, because my demon's from the underworld.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically. So I think that that's I don't want to go to the underworld. I don't want to go to the underworld. I think you literally hear Arcadia say that for anyone. I think Eli's the only one who's probably. Or no, you're not.
Nope. I'm gone.
Nini probably is the. I think you're. You, Nini, would probably say, I don't want to go to the underworld. Oh no. Oh, but do I? Okay. I guess, then would you, I'm not sure. Okay. Have that. Is there anything I could possibly do other? I think I have that. I know understanding. I have my talent bonus. I have sense. I have that. Okay. I think his immediate. Would you? And I'm fine if these are the two things I can do, and then I can either choose to like move or something like that, or go through. But I would like to make the active. Where is Eli? And using my understanding of sense, not necessarily, or Here, you know what? Let me rephrase that. Did Eli choose to disappear?
Yes.
Essentially. That's
Yes.
what.
It was very apparently willing.
Okay. So I intuitively understand that. Would you let me just do one more roll, and this would be kind of my final action,
Yeah.
unless I decide to step through, to sense, because I have an innate understanding of this plane, this the underworld. Did Eli go there?
No roll required. The answer is yes.
Oh, we're coming.
If it helps, taking those few moments of looking, understanding, calculating, your own demon would kind of just apparate through, the dozen creatures that have been piling on it, get up into your face, just this cold void of a creature. We need to go now, and start, not enough to forcibly pull you in, but kind of like guiding you into the rift.
Thing for what I think he just like breathes out, and then he's like, this would be a story to tell. And he'll let himself be taken by his demon.
Okay. I just rolled for your demon.
Cool.
I just needed to know if it was double ones, which it wasn't. It was double twos.
Okay, great.
Mhm.
I would have added to that if it, because I can, but
It just needed to
I-
not be a critical failure.
okay. So true, bestie.
Arcadia takes a step forward, just muttering and mumbling, and disappear. Delphine, half of your companions have stepped into this old, slab of weathered wood and disappeared.
Okay. I am going to start walking towards Carly, and I'm going to speak to Ray and say, Ray, should we take a little vacation? Maybe a little boat trip?
Still just like hand skewering like 3 of these creatures and just taking a moment to shake them off. I think that would be lovely.
Just a moment. And I take off from under my shirt, I take out a necklace with an amulet that has like a blue glowing glass. And I unscrew the top and I just drop one drop onto Carly's hands. And I make sure it's real tight. Say, all right, family vacation. And I step.
2d10, please. I just need to know if you got double ones.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Delphine
You with me?
disappears.
I ask Carly first if she's with me.
Carly's like fuming, and then as soon as like Delphine is like over here like calm voice of reason as she always is, she's like, yeah, all right.
So Carly asks, I need 2d10 and just need to know if you roll double ones.
Okay. Nope.
Perfect. With your demons by your side, you all step through and find the sounds of combat, the screeching of these lizard-like creatures, the shattering of furniture and glass and 1,000-year-old tea sets all fades away. Just left with the sound, waves crashing into the side of a wooden boat. Everything is dark. Elliot, you have been here slightly long. What would you have done when you stepped?
I think the first thing Elliot would have done is just as much as he could, especially in that darkness, just trying to get a lay of the land of what the ship is, like how big it is. He also would have been trying to look for a way back because this is literally his worst nightmare, which is leaving his coven behind and not being there to protect him. But I think he would have wanted to figure out, where am I? What is the space around me? Are there any immediate dangers? Is there any way to like reach my coven?
You would notice that there's no wheel, but along the sides of this massive boat, there are just humanoids just kind of posted up out of the boat, their bottom halves inside somewhere, maybe, or maybe they're part of the boat, and they're just these gaunt skeletal figures that are slowly rowing paddles just rhythmically. The sails are very thin, ghostly white, and even staring off into the water, you can see that it's not water. It is a river of souls. And then Arcadia steps through, followed by Delphine, followed by Car.
I immediately, Arcadia comes in, we're in the underworld.
You do
And
also
Eli's
have,
just like, I was getting that vibe.
there's also a body on the deck of the boat. The gaping knife wound still there, still present, but with no more guise to protect or to subvert. That's, dark red apron has shifted to just a pure black robe. The flesh has melted away. The hair has disappeared. It's just a skeletal figure. A long, jet black, curved and bladed scythe sits on the ground next to
Okay.
This is the river Styx.
I walk over to Carly and I use the teeny little light from my vial to see if her hands are healed.
They are, short of that one mark still branded on.
Ooh, that's an interesting tattoo. All right, we'll deal with that later.
The mark that you've seen before.
Oh.
Is the mark Conquest.
Hmm.
Mark of war.
Okay. Yeah, we'll deal with that later.
Sounds about right, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair.
Can I try to talk to the...
Asshole.
What's that?
I am going to kick that thing's butt. Nini, I'm gonna curb stomp it.
Yeah, you are.
We'll
Just
get
not right
to
now.
that. We'll get to that.
We're in the underworld.
Yeah. Ray, are we headed towards one of our parties? Or are we headed a different direction?
No.
Oh.
No idea.
Oh, well, that's new. And also, friends, Ray doesn't know where we are headed.
Well, I think, the river Styx has to go somewhere in the underworld.
Yeah,
I know
it's
where
just
it
not the
goes
place
to?
I normally go.
Do I know where it goes to?
It's depends. Stupid cough. It's just kind of this sub-layer around all of the mortal plane that's goes anywhere and everywhere.
could go literally anywhere on this.
Can I try something that may or may not work?
Yeah.
So as a druid, one of my spells is Doula, which is the ability to connect with the elements. And to me, we're on a boat,
Mhm.
and we're in a river, and that's water. I don't know if it's actually because like it's not really water, right?
Mhm.
But like the vibes are there. So I think she's gonna try anyway, and if that doesn't work, that's up to you. But you focus on awe element, and then receives a quote vision of the nearby element and what is around it. So I like just to get a vibe of like the shape of the river and like what is around it, where it is going. I don't know if that'll work.
I mean, there's no shape really. A river, call it a river is a very like mortal attempt at understanding. This is just, it would be more akin to an ocean than a river, just with different currents
water,
pulling you different ways. This one being pulled toward your home, and more of it being pulled towards town of Salem, as this figure has now let loose whatever these creatures are into your home.
So this is where those things are pouring out of?
No,
Maybe?
different place.
No? Oh, different. Okay. But like this, we are headed thereabouts? Maybe?
Death is less of a journey and more of a destination. It's wherever this ocean needs to be is where it is.
So I've got nothing. I've got no idea. Cool. I tried. That's cool. Great. Awesome. Fine. This is a great Thursday. I love it. She's just like pacing the deck of it, just like very like visibly angry. And you've seen Carly get pissed before. It's not hard to do. It doesn't happen often, but the switch is very easy to flick. She's just I don't know. It's water, but it's not fucking water. We're not going anywhere because of course we're not, because that would be too easy.
We're going somewhere.
Where?
Okay.
Where are we going?
Let me try to find out.
Oh.
And I'll
Fine, it's
go
not
up to the
in
skeleton
water.
and I'll see if I can ask the skeleton questions.
Haven't you?
That's why I'm seeing if I can,
There's no one home.
because
Lady.
it's a different plane. Okay. All right. Well, tried that. Would I know what to call the other world that my folks inhabit?
What do you mean?
So my family and my associate have ties to the other world, and we believe that after we die, we basically go to a big party.
I think that's up to you.
So I'm trying to find the name of the afterlife party.
What does your family call it?
Oh, that's a
Their
great
party?
question. Party?
If you need some time to come up with it, we can.
Okay.
We are a bit over our time for today. But, Katie, is there something you want to say? Yep, that about sums it up.
This the river Styx.
With the remains of, you know what? I'll actually give you all one final roll. If you feel like you are a studied individual that would know of creatures from other beings, feel free to roll intelligence occult.
Stop picking up my dice.
21.
21.
19.
19. Are you rolling, Carly?
You're muted. We can't hear you.
Thank you. No, that's an 8. That's whatever I know I've learned from Eli chattering, telling us about, book smarts and stuff.
Eli and Delphine. Now, in its base form, you would recognize what is known as a Reaper. With that, you all float along this ghostly vessel, floating through the river Styx, occasionally catching glimpses of the mortal plane, places you recognize, places you don't, just minor echoes of a reflection. And that is a perfect place for us to put a pin in it, to give everyone some time to plan, to strategize, and figure out what we want to do next. I promised this was going to be weird. I went off the deep end to write this one. I'm very excited.
This is wild.
I love it.
Love.
Not at all
Really
where I
really
was thinking we were
crying
going.
sobbing.
I love rereading my characters, like Demon being, oh, it's from the underworld. Cool. That will come up.
Yeah. All right. For one last time, I do want to give everyone a chance to tell people who you are, and if you're working on any projects people can check out, where they can find it. We will start reverse order this time with JD.
Hi, I'm JD. Again, you can find me on pretty much every social under JD, not Jason Dean. You will be seeing a lot of me on the Lost Caravan this upcoming week. I'll be back on Thursday for the Lancer, potentially one or more shot, and then on Friday for Arc Doom. You can also find me with Live from the Apocalypse tomorrow. We will be recording our actual play podcast of Masks Academy H, so join us for that fun and chaos. And yeah, I think that is it for me, at least for the upcoming week.
Heck yeah. Up to Neptune.
Yeah. Neptune, had a great time. You will be seeing me also this week over here at the Lost Caravan. On Monday evening, I will be playing a few little creatures for Threadbare, the lovely little toy game, and you will see me alongside JD on the second for our Arc Doom game. So very excited. You won't find me anywhere else, but I'll be here.
That is all we can ask for. That brings us over. I'm already losing my place. Over to Kit.
Hi, I'm Kit. You can find me on most places, including Twitter at KitRollCause. I don't believe I have. Well, no, I have one stream coming up. This next week, I will be playing Lancer with the lads here at Lost Caravan, and then the next week, we will be doing, I believe, a little bit of 5e, GM'd by the lovely Dido, which I am psyched for. And I believe that's all she wrote for me for Lost Caravan in the next little bit. But you can, find me here occasionally, find me on socials far too often.
Same. All right, and then over to Ling.
Of Need More Dice. I've got a fundraiser game coming up on December 7th at 6 p.m. Let me restart that. It's December 6th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be a 5e adventure, Curse of the Peppermint Witch, part of a 12 days of Christmas fundraiser. And I'm also on Phoenix by Night, alternating Saturdays with That D'Angelo. Hopefully I'll be back here too
Heck yeah.
soon.
Absolutely. Both. Heck, thank you so much for the sub. It just heckin' appreciate it. Y'all are lovely, all of you. Thank you so much for being here, for supporting us, for watching this game of Witch Fated Soul, which we were supposed to have a one-shot, or the first game of this, a couple weeks ago, but then I decided to go and get sick and had to postpone. But you will see the second half of this. I'm not exactly sure when, but we'll figure it out. And then if we do what we do for like 90% of the games, we'll finish the second episode and be like, ooh, yeah, we need a third one. We'll just put that on the schedule. Yeah, sorry, Tessa.
Yep.
But yeah, I have been Andrew, the Games Master for the evening, and for most evenings, we got a bunch of great games coming up, from Threadbare to Lancer to Pathfinder to D&E to Arc Doom. I realized that like most of our December games are very dark and depressing, and it wasn't on purpose, but what can you do? Our friends over at the Lollygaggers are currently live, so I'm going to throw a raid over to them. But before I do, as always, be good people, do good things, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.